Let me reduce my own volume. Today, I'm gonna be returning with chapter 2 of Danganronpa Another Despair Academy. On the previous stream, we had the whole debacle of like the after effects of the first execution, where Tsurugi decided to... He made an ultimatum. Those that wanted to be protected by Tsurugi would stay under his order. Whatever he decided would be the rule. Like, he promised he would protect the people who decided to stay under his order. Whoever did want that was allowed to leave. It was done on the dining hall. Whoever didn't want to follow his rule was allowed to just leave and do whatever. They wouldn't be protected, and to Tsurugi's eyes, they would be considered killer themselves. Not that he would go like crazy and start killing them, it's just that if they decided to go crazy, whatever, they were not under his protection. Like, according to his own, what do you call it, on his own method, he couldn't really protect anyone. Of course, not everyone liked about that, especially Kaede, the ultimate maid. She actually slapped him for that. In any case, the one that didn't want to be under his rule was the ultimate cheerleader, the ultimate teacher, and the ultimate priests. I'm still having a little bit of difficulty remembering their names. Everyone else stayed under his care. And then the day proceeded with free time, where I found out that not everything of the game was successfully translated. Like, the main events of the story, like the class trials, the investigations, anything related to understanding what is going to happen in the chapter, the new stuff like that, that is all translated to English. But random objects that interact on the map, like the trash cans, the windows, those things are still in Korean. And some free time interactions that you have with characters. Like for chapter 2 and 3, most of the events of Kanata, the ultimate surgeon, are the ones that are translated in English. Unfortunately, since I didn't know that, like, I downloaded the game on a Reddit page, and this information is on the itch.io page of the... I don't know if it is of the developer or if it is just of the translator. It's on an itch.io page related to the game. Like, I didn't have that information, so I just interacted with anyone that I got interested in. And I didn't get any proper advancement or understanding of who these characters are. It bummed me out a little bit. That's why last stream I decided to stream something else just to calm myself down. And today I'm going back to Danganronpa. I believe today it should begin with the second investigation, followed by the class trial, if I timed it right. If not, we have a little bit more of history and then free time that I'm gonna do with Kanata, and then we proceed. Pause the button again. There we go. Today Monokuma deliver Underworld secrets. Alright, the second motive. It's so much similar to the first game, where Monokuma had several secrets from everyone else, except that in this game, instead of Monokuma holding the secrets and then giving the respective secrets to each one, saying that, oh, if you don't want this secret of yours revealed, you better start killing. Instead of that, he held some kind of lottery, where each one of the characters would draw a secret from a box, a random secret from a random someone. Which means that everyone is carrying a random secret from anyone. In the case of the main character Yuki, he's holding the secrets of the ultimate exorcist, where she is apparently pretty good at talking. It's not a great secret, but it was all a useless joke. Is there some hidden meaning? If not, is he playing with us? Surely, it was the day after Monokuma gave the motive that Maki died a few days ago. But now it's different. Compared to that time, the motives are insignificant, and our bond must have deepened. Yes, let's trust everyone. Believe in everyone, in order to get out together. Hello everyone, it's morning 7 AM. It's wake up time, so let's have a lively day today. Morning. Okay, I should tell them something about Tomori at breakfast. Alright, on the very ending of the chapter. Oh, they're gonna recall it. Everyone, compared to yesterday, they seem less energetic. Somehow, I am a little nervous. It was such garbage, but after the motive came out, I wondered if someone was going to kill. For now, it seems that all of us are safe. When you have such unsettling thoughts, real bad things are bound to happen. It'll be fine, let's just act like we usually do. Yes, at least not many will die, because I'll keep you safe. But what did everyone do with the paper Mr. Monokuma gave us yesterday? I didn't see it and just threw it in the trash. Me too. I'm not curious, and it's something someone would rather keep for themselves. Did everyone throw it away? I threw away mine too, seeing something like that. It just makes I feel real bad about them. Since everyone threw them, but I can't say that I saw mine alone. It didn't really matter anyway, so I'll just pretend I don't know. Alright, breakfast is almost over. Let's do our best investigating today. Wait. Everyone, can you hold on 1 minute? Why? I have something to tell everyone. You know, right, Maeda-kun? Oh, it's about Tomori, right? Tomori? What about Tomori? Actually, yesterday, while I was going back to my private room with Maeda-kun, this was before nighttime, we saw Kizuna-chan alone. But Kizuna-chan, she was crying. Crying? She said she was alone. She was lonely. She didn't mean to be. As if trying to accept it, she was crying. Tomori! Which voice did I give her again? What the girl? She was feeling lonely, really. I thought she was pretending to be strong. Certainly, Tomori was... She was different from Ekaru, who really hates us, and Uehara, who doesn't give up on his own will. She looked hesitant. Then that gal, she was bluffing, suffering alone in her heart. I don't believe Kizuna-chan should be left alone like this. So why don't we try to convince Kizuna-chan? Yes, if we all persuade her together, she can definitely hang out with us. That girl, she's feeling lonely for sure. Stop being redundant. Okay, let's go together. Not only Tomori. Mekaru and Uehara will also be able to be with us someday. Let's find Tomori together! Kinjo-kun, this time, I won't back down no matter what you say. Kizuna-chan is alone. Huh. I knew that Tomori was in conflict about leaving us. Fine, let's accept Tomori as an ally. I'll go with you. Kinjo-kun, did you know? Why's we change of pace? That clogged Kinjo is being persuaded. Hey, what kind of person did you think I was? You seem as wicked. Even if they went out voluntarily, if they sincerely repent to their mistakes, I'm willing to accept them again. But I've seen it myself, and if they were in a bad mood or pretend like nothing happened. Yes, then let's all go together. Everyone gathered their strength, and even Kinjo decided to persuade Tomori together. Let's first find Tomori. Tomori? We dispersed and looked around the school. And finally, Tomori was found in the gym by Yamaguchi. Kizuna-chan, you are here. What? You guys coming as a group? That's so annoying, you know. Kizuna-chan, we came here together because we have something to say to you. Something to say, is it? What? What else do you want to say to me? Kizuna-chan, you don't have to investigate if you don't want to. But you still want to be with us. Huh? Having breakfast together, even if you do research, is more fun if you do it together. What are you saying? You told me to get out and now you're telling me to come back? Kinja was the one who said that. Yes, certainly. I told anyone who would obey me to get out, and you got out. Yeah, I said I left because I didn't want to see you guys. However, I only said that those who are willing to kill should leave the group. I never told it to someone who shed tears and was feeling loneliness. Miss Tomori, we heard you were crying. Because you were feeling lonely. And that you couldn't tell anyone, crying on your own solitude. I apologize. I should have done something sooner. Wait a minute. Why do you guys... Mayuro and I saw you last night. I'm sorry, we didn't mean to sneak, but... Seeing you like that, I could not leave you in that state. What's that? When did I ever cry? Hey Tomori, stop being stubborn. We already know everything. You're not helping. But... Why are you so pretentious? Be honest, you should open up your heart. That's a very rude man on a bike. Hold on. I'm gonna use this moment of silence to see if there's gonna be more people. Should be okay. Ha. You guys, you don't know anything. I'm not pathetic enough to feel sad or lonely. Do you know who I am? I'm called the Lucky Girl. Lucky. All male students call me the Queen, and I'm the object of admiration. Now what else do you? Coming here, being treated the same as everyone else, even hearing bitter comments, and now following orders? You think I can withstand such a thing? You. What's wrong? You gonna convince me? Everyone must already be thinking I'm unlucky. So that means I can't get along with you guys anymore. No one thinks that. What? What is this? We don't know how Kizuna-chan has lived up until now. But Kizuna-chan is a precious friend. Why do you mean friend? You all kicked me out. I'm sorry. Huh? I apologize. I didn't know Kizuna-chan's feelings. I didn't know anything until now. And not only I thought about you. So please stop being stubborn. We're going to tell each other everything we can. I don't know how much we can go, but that is still a future. We can be friends, surely. I won't make Kizuna-chan lonely anymore. Friends. We can be? Of course, everyone feels the same way. Let's be good friends, Miss Tomori. You don't have to bear it alone anymore. Why don't we work out together? Hey, it's not like you can keep quiet and shed tears like that. It doesn't suit you. You're a bit squeaky, but sometimes that's fine. Stupid. Who would be happy for something like that? But, sorry. I'm sorry for being stubborn. Please take good care of me once again. Tomori finally showed us a heartfelt smile. But that everyone's sincerity was conveyed, Tomori looked more beautiful than usual, and felt more friendly than once before. And then a piece of the ceiling fell on her head. Having regained a new colleague, we made new resolution and decided to continue the investigation with more enthusiasm than ever. Now even Monokuma isn't scary. Everyone is here, even Tomori. You miss him too. Tomori, who was so stubborn, finally was able to act together. Someday Makaru and Uehara will definitely work with us. Without promising minds. I got scared for a second. Without promising mind, we resumed the investigation. I looked to the side and I thought, am I actually live streaming? Am I at least recording? I am. It's fine. It's like PTSD for some past times. Oh, free time. Let's go find the surgeon. She should be on the library. Last few times I looked for her, she was in the library. How many coins do I have? 81. I am saving a few coins. I'm gonna... What was the stairs again? Oh, this way. Oh, there she is. Let me save the game. I am gonna adopt a different strategy for the class trials. When we get there, we get there. Mr. Maeda, I met you here. How is the research going? I hope you find something soon. What do we do? I want to talk to me. Sure, let's spend some time together, but not too long since you have to do some research. I spent time talking with Inori. It was mostly complex, so it hurt my head, but at least my relationship with Inori improved a bit. We'd like to give a gift, yes. Equip the gift you want to give an equip menu. Put equipment, put the gift, and we choose... Do I have vitamin gift sets? Now I think this is for the sprinter. High color spray, oversized plushie, infinite power supply. What would do I have the ultimate gift for the ultimate surgeon? I don't really think I do. A man's romance. I don't think I do. I'm just gonna give her, like, bandages. What a surgeon like bandages. Let's see. Maeda, are you giving this to me? You won't mind. Thank you very much. I actually wanted this. Makes me feel better when she's happy. Mr. Maeda, are you feeling any ache or stuffy? No, I think I'm okay. I'm feeling kinda stuffy actually. It's still in the middle of spring. I'm glad. Physical health can be affected greatly due to psychological factors as well. Especially in confined spaces like these. In limited situations it's easier to lose health than in ordinary ones. Be careful, Mr. Maeda. Oh, you were worried about me? Thanks. You really are a kind doctor. It is necessary. As a doctor, of course. If you are healthy, then I can't ask any more than that. No matter how much of a doctor you can be, you care about the health of your friends, then you care about the health of your friends that you just met only for a short amount of time. Mr. Maeda, just in case you don't know, I'll tell you about a healthy lifestyle. First, move your eyes frequently. It's a good exercise. Move them up and down, 360 degrees, and not an hour. Also, there's a high quality restaurants, and it's not good to eat too much food. Because unbalanced diet is the natural enemy of health. Reduce salty, sweet, chemical additives, and... Wait, I'm really thankful, but isn't that a little bit too much? It is? Mr. Maeda, why are you stepping backwards? Come this way, knowing this will help you live a healthy life. Your eyes are strangely sparkling. She closed her eyes. Health is the best thing in the world, remember that. When the topic of health comes up, his eyes turn to a fire inside her. I got a little scared and left. Still, I feel that she was genuinely thinking of her friends. I hurriedly rushed rushed out and took off from LINUJ, who taught me the common sense of health and promised to teach me more next time. Okay, it's getting late. I'm tired. It's hard to do investigations without any gain at all. But it seems to be getting more and more rewarding. I have more friends to be with. Today, Tomori broke her stubbornness and finally showed her true feelings. Tomori, who became a friend in her true self. She was rude and slanderous as usual, but it felt like joke intent, not a malicious one. Something seems to brighten up the moods with Tomori. Is it because she is a cheerleader? Also, Kobashikawa was going to die suddenly, because he said too much about her. Somehow, it feels like the death of Haiga than Maki was a long time ago. At that time, despair came suddenly without notice, and I was really unable to keep my sanity. Unexpectedly, hope seems to come suddenly too. Our bonds with everyone. The more is joining. I didn't find anything remarkable during the investigation, but it seems that we could move forward with more and more hope. Oh, I should sleep soon. Monokuma will be doing a night broadcast soon. Indeed. Hope, despair, they both come suddenly. So sudden that it feels wrong. It always like that. Hello, it's 10 PM. Soon it'll be night time, so the dining hall will be closed. Is what I want to say as usual. A body has been found. After some time has passed, the class trial will begin. What? This is cool. Huh? Wait a moment. What did Monokuma say? It is a joke, right? A body was found. Monokuma surely is joking. A joke? What am I saying? I know perfectly well what this means. No way. It can't be. Something is wrong. I can't believe that. Night. Oh boy, oh boy. Everyone is here. Guys. Maida. What was that just now? Body? Did you guys say like that body? I didn't hear that wrong. Wait. Guys, is this everyone? Mekaru and Uehara aside. What about Kinjo, Taira, Hatano, Inarami and Kurokawa? Did they went to sleep already? That's not likely. Nighttime just begun and everyone would have heard the broadcast while sleeping, right? I'm here. Why are you so late? I was so worried. That's because I was alone in the corner of the room. By the way, what's the fuss about it? Our body was found. Monokuma. What? What to do? What should we do? Now there is no Kinjo to control everyone. There is no Kurokawa who has the power to speak in unexpected situations. For now I have no choice but to check the situation by ourselves. Guys, let's ignore Monokuma and let's find out the missing people. Let's make sure what happens first, okay? Let's do that. Please, nothing's happening. Monokuma must be messing around. I want to believe that too, but this anxiety is the same as when Maki died. We should find the others, that's the priority. You gotta make a big party? Oh, I'm waiting for the moment. Room? Oh, okay. On the trash? No one is in the trash. I gotta make a wild guess and say that they are on the second floor. In the dark control room. No one's here. No one's here, okay. There's no one in the student dormitory. Damn it, where is everyone else? No one's here. Okay. What is that, a door back there? No, it's just lockers. That's a dog. I don't think anything happened on the first floor. Is it on the second floor? Okay, I actually... One sec. Just the neighbor's cat that decided to pay a visit. The dogs weren't a big fan of that. It happens. Wish it didn't, but it happens. I'm gonna stop investigating this floor. Oh! I heard a scream upstairs. Damn it! Kurakawa, are you okay? Kurakawa, what just happened now? Oh, power room. Inside the power room, go. Power room? What happened in the power room? Yep. But still, just to make sure. You never know. You know, I just go there. The more time I spend just looking for nothing, the more time I spend finding nothing. The training room and library are cleared, but I think I heard a scream in the power room. Tsurugi, Kinjo. Kinjo, what the hell is going on? A corpse, huh? It's my mistake. I'm sorry. What are you saying, huh? I don't understand this. Control room. Go to the control room. Damn it. Damn it. I gotta calm down. Okay, control room. Oh, really? Hatano. Why again? Why now? Why? Taira, you're safe. Really? Maida-kun, what should I do? Oh, she's crying, okay. I'm not gonna. That is in no state to talk right now. Mekaru. Incompetent. It's you. Tell me how... What happened here? It's right in front of you. Make sure to check it with your own eyes. Uehara! It's heartbreaking. It has happened again. The control room. The room's lighting is broken and nothing can be seen. But this is certainly the source of the commotion. Nothing. I can't see anything. But the smell. The unpleasant smell of blood. Reality was increasingly developing into the worst situation imaginable. Hey, competent, use this. It's a flashlight for the warehouse. I was handed a flashlight with a trembling hand without looking back at Makaru, and shining a light inside the switch room, hoping that my imagination was wrong. However, it is said that a sinister premonition fits better than good premonitions. And I already knew, since the time the BDA was revealed. And there was only one person we haven't met after coming this far. It was only here that I could meet them. It is already... No, but she wasn't in this world anymore. Jeez, what happened to you? Oh, I see. Jeez, who did this? This is awful. Yeah. Blood. And dogs. Blood. Blood. The color of the room with metal light for the first time was painted with pure blood. At the source where all this came from, her. The body of Tomori Kizuna, the ultimate cheerleader. I stood in a picture of a dead girl for far too long. YouTube's not gonna like that. How much time has it passed? Without even realizing that my throat was screaming, suddenly I woke up and saw everyone gathered in the power room. Tomori! My god, Tomori really died. Ah, this is a dream. This is a dream. This isn't a dream, it's reality. One of us killed Tomori Kizuna. Wait a minute. Someone killed... Are you talking about... What are you talking about? You already know what you've been through. When Maki Kyoka died, someone here killed in order to escape from here. It can't be. I'm sorry, everyone. I promise not to have any more victims. I couldn't protect them. That's right, Kinjo-kun. You said we'll protect everyone if you obey your orders, right? Why did this happen? I'm sorry. You're sorry, that's all. Kizuna-chan is really dead, she won't come back anymore. Calm down. It's not the time for us to fight each other. Wait, if Tomori was really killed, then it started? What's it? The class trial, she means. Isn't that right, Monokuma? Yes! Since Miss Tomori was murdered, as I said in the announcement earlier, we will hold a class trial after a certain amount of time. Monokuma, you bastard. Well, I know I left the murder to personal freedom, but would you like to refrain from killing at night like this? It's not very fun. Shut up. There could be no killer among us. No. There is a culprit in your group. Mr. Uehara? Don't run away from reality. We must do this. Haven't we experienced it once? We will all die if we don't find the culprit. Yeah, that's right. It's shocking. It's so shocking that I don't even have the strength to stand. If we don't find them, we die. Well, Uehara-kun was neatly organized what I wanted to say. So, you showed up. You gotta give it to us, right? That's right, the monokuma file number 2, I came to deliver it out. 2. It's 2 because the second time, I put it next to Tomori's body. Now then, the night is pretty late, so let's finish it quick. I'll see you later, everybody. Monokuma is a tired bear. He's a growing up bear. He's a growing up little boy. This is Monokuma thing. Treating people as fools. Everyone, I know you're confused and sad in many ways right now. But we should do some investigation for now. Do you want to investigate in this situation? I want to say I don't want to. But we have no choice, do we? I don't want to die yet. If you want to leave, all we can do is investigate. Yeah, let's put each other's thoughts aside until we figure out the culprit. Solving this case is the first thing to do right now. I feel so bad for Tomori. She just opened her heart to us, wanted to become friends. What? That woman opened her heart to your people. Makuro wasn't with us, so you didn't know. Kizuna-chan, she was feeling really lonely inside. She was being stubborn. After we persuaded her to notice that, we tried to open our hearts and became friends. How can it be like this? I don't know why. Tomori Kizuna opened up to you guys. Makuro, if you're feeling lonely, you can join us as much as you want. Well, not right now though. You better wake up. The day I hang out with you won't come over. Even if the universe is destroyed. It's a waste of time. Let's just start investigating. It's not the destruction of the Earth, but the destruction of the universe? We don't have time for this. Let's start investigating quickly. I will apologize for not protecting Tomori as many times as I can after the class trial is over. Kinjo, a minute please. What? Me and Makuro decided not to cooperate with you. However, can I accompany you during the investigation for the class trial? I was going to ask about it. Since there has been a murder, it will be easier to find out the truth of the case, even if a small number of people cooperate to investigate it. Hey, shouldn't we begin already? Too much time has passed. You have no choice but to do it. Yeah, we have to do it. Yeah, it's painful, but it's all the same. The reality that has already happened doesn't change. And if you don't do anything for this, we will all follow Tomori's fate. Even a little. We have to get to the truth. I have to do it. The culprit will murder Tomori, who barely opened to us. The culprits. We need to find them. What the fuck happened here? Like a war zone. Once the others brought a lamp, I started to see a little bit more of the room. But what in the world happened here? Are these signs of a fire? Why was there a fire here? I don't really know myself. I have to gather information about it while talking with the others. Let's start with what I can do. Like last time, we should check the Monokuma file first, right? 2 wounds. The victim is Tomori Kizuna. The estimated time of death is about 9:30 PM. Found in the switch room, located in the power room on the 2nd floor of the school. There is a long thorn wound on her stomach and massive bleeding. God fucking damn it. The cause of death is a cut through the esophagus caused by a knife. Is this it? This is too little information. However, at 9:30, it was just 30 minutes away before nighttime announcement. At that time, it is impossible to go back to the private room and enter after killing and clean it up. Then the people who were in the dormitory during the BDA, including me, have an alibi. But if you think about it, something is weird. Makoto and Uehara are fine, but why weren't the others in the dorms at the time? We decided not to leave our rooms at night, so we stayed near the dorms even after 9 PM the last few days. And the place where Tomori died is the school area, which is also deep within the switch room, on the second floor spoiler room. I'll have to talk to the others who weren't in the dorms during the PDA. Okay. Burnt marks. So I've been seeing the original games. God, are you kidding me? As I was saying. And usually the information that is not on the Monokuma file is the one that is necessary to solve the case. It says the time that she died. It says fire wound in the esophagus. This one is caused to death. I swear. These dogs. I'm not gonna keep muting my microphone. If the dogs can be heard, I'm so sorry about that. What is this? At first I thought it was just blood, but the blood appears to indicate a handwriting of something on the floor. X4. No, it's reading 3 X's and a bigger X mark. Maida, is that a dying message? Dying message? Is that something that comes out of a mystery story? While it's not necessarily only in fiction, it's entirely possible for victims to leave a clue of their killers. Then, this clue was left by Tomori when she died. Does this clue mean something though? While I can confirm she's another detective, it's possible the blood sprayed in that manner by accident. You don't have to be a detective to know that you're supposed to be a surgeon. However, due to the circumstances, it is more likely to be a message. We have to decipher it. Yeah, I wish I know what it means. I could know what it means. The last message Tomori left to us. XXX. What does this mean? Because the switch room has no lights, we brought a lamp. We have to rely on these dim lights in order to investigate. This is what stands the most at the scene of the incident. The glass window is broken. Didn't know because it was dark, but through the window you can see the power room. The glass window on the power room was this one then, the window for the control room. But this window was broken for some reason. Did the culprit kill Tomori and break out through the window? There's a possibility. Break this window and come out from this side where the equipment is, then go straight through the door, where it leads to the exit, the door of the second floor corridor. But I don't know if I were to go straight out the hallway. Anyways, if I were going to leave the power room through the entrances of the control room, what's the reason for breaking the glass if not for being used as an escape? If you think about it, it's not possible. Going to the control room from the entrance, using the window as an escape route because it's someone heard the noise from the power room, it could have been a matter of time being discovered. Besides, breaking the window must have made extra noise. I wouldn't have broken glass for no reason, but now let's leave it as a reference for later. Right, this is what I've been concerned about from before. Oh, I was checking the button, but sure. There was a long line of something running along the wall for the control room. Is it a fuse, right? It is actually broken in the middle, cut with a knife. No, rather it is a burnt mark. The fire in the control room and this fuse. There could be a relation, right? Then someone triggers the fire inside the switch room through the fuse. Was this the cause? Cool, for what reason? Perhaps the killer did it, but I got no idea why. Oh yeah, I have this. Of the body, the fuse that I think I just checked. There's that scrap of metal, there is something on the floor, and blood marks pretty much everywhere. Also Kanata on the body. Aida. Inori, are you doing an autopsy? Yeah, Kinjo took over, so I'm going to work hard. He took over? What do you mean? Well, he said he had something to check and went somewhere. When I was doing Maki's, we made the autopsy together. What did you check? Also, how about we confront things together? What to say? It's a terrible amount of blood loss. Humans have excessive amounts of bleeding when... What about 1/3 of the bloody volume flows out? It's not around 1/3 as you can see. It's amazing even that this amount of blood came out. Neck wounds are definitely fatal, but... You would have been self-coagulated to some extent after the heart stops. The amount of bleeding should have gradually decreased. That means... Are you saying something caused the mass bleeding? No. I can't confirm this with just my opinion. But if your blood pressure is high, then there'll be a lot of bleeding, that much I know. In simpler terms, there are individual differences. Well, there is a lot of bleeding in this case, meaning it must have taken a while before that. Thanks to that, Tomori felt a terrible pain before drawing the last breath. Who could have planned such a horrible murder? So there is a killer among us in this case too. Like that time with Haiga, after we're going to help each other again and accuse people. I think this has to be done. I know it's painful. I won't force you if you don't want to, but if we don't, that means we'll have no choice but to give up our lives. Yeah, I know. Sorry for being negative. Sorry for the negativity. I work hard for their sake. As for my results of the autopsy, where I found an abnormal amount of blood loss. Oh, and the time of death does match with the Monokuma file. That's good enough information to help. Thank you, Inori. It's okay. You are welcome, Aida. I'll check Tomori in more detail in case I missed something. Inori seems difficult too, but she's steadily fighting the desperate situation on her hands. Let's do our best. I need to find out the truth. Huh? This is... There is a piece of cloth that I see for the first time. That's not an important issue. It's bloody. I don't know where this came from, but it's bloody, so it must be related to the crime, right? It's a little burned, but it's enough to cover a human body. Yeah, maybe the killer stabbed Tomori and she was bleeding, so they used the cloth to prevent it. That's wrong. Tomori suffered a lot of blood loss, so they had to contain it at the time of the murder. Of course, the cause of that was the neck wound. With a throat cut, they had to act as fast as it would drip on the floor with every second. Preventing the blood from splashing, that's quite premeditated for the killer. Suddenly, when I turned over the piece of cloth, I was able to discover a few things under it. This is a lighter, right? A cheap, compact lighter that is used to light up a small fire. Doesn't necessarily have the firepower to create a huge one, however. The fact that this lighter was here means that this must have caused the beginning of it, so it's naturally to say that there should be some traces of being used in the room. Besides, it's not just that. The lighter was covered under the cloth together with another object. There's a crumpled paper here. Let's see. Is this thing again? I couldn't read the contents properly because it was almost burnt. It was difficult to recognize any words at all, but I knew where this paper came from. A secret note. Monokuma told us about this motive and shared it to everyone. There is also this... What is this? Yuki Maeda. Might be? This is my secret note, huh? This is... Why is this at the scene of the crime? The contents are almost burned out, so I don't know what my secret reading in here is. Fine. But, it is a shameful secret to me, then... There are so many things. No way. Again, this motive caused another murder. Let's think this for a moment. Did Tomori picked up the note? No, wait. What? With what rights do we even base now? I'll look anyways. What is this? Really useless information. Who would want to know this? Ah, it's a joke after all. I don't motive for sure. Shut up. If you're old enough, you shouldn't be sleeping with your dad. You're a mess. Okay, but how in blazes did you find out? The secret that Tomori picked up was Potori's. So there's one possibility left. The corporate picked up my secret. It's possible they created a fire in order to destroy the evidence and burn everything. But the weird thing is, was my secret going to kill someone that much? It can't be, even though they were embarrassing secrets. There was no secret that could motivate a murder to happen. I'll take it. We will find something out later. It's a lot of things. Is this different? Fuse wrapped on the wall of the switching seems to have caused a fire. Thanks to that, the walls for the equipment are all messed up. Okay, it's the same thing. Hello, lady. Tomori. Clearly she prefers others and try to hit on the guys. But she too, in her heart, wanted to change, and we were getting to know her too. She didn't deserve this. Not only that, although it was bitter, we were always cheerful with Tomori. The tension went up, in a good sense, bringing energy to everyone. Dear Lord, she really didn't deserve this. So then, why? Why did you end up this way? Check her hands. There may be a piece of paper in her hands. I have no time to grieve. There's a lot of things that I need to investigate in order to find out the truth. It was the same time with Maki, but Tomori, I'm sorry for intruding. Really sorry. Tomori's body looked terrible. The whole body is bloody. As shown in the Monokuma file, the stomach and neck had stab wounds. The wound on the neck was still bleeding a little, and thanks to that there was a bloody smell all over the room. Don't zoom on it! This knife stabbed in the neck must be the murder weapon at first glance. It seems that this time the killer did not dispose of the weapon, or didn't feel the need to go back to it. But this knife... I'm sorry about that. It's a kitchen knife. Does that conclude that the weapon could not have been anywhere but in the kitchen? I'll have to check the kitchen later. And that's one more question about Tomori's body. The wound in the stomach. The culprit ended her breathing by stabbing Tomori on the neck. The file also stated the fatal wound was in that location as well. If so, what's the reason for the stomach wounds? You think of a possibility, they stabbed in the stomach and then stabbed her right away on the neck, or... She was stabbed in the neck in a second attack after she fell down here. This is a crafty killer. I really don't know in detail because I don't have this specialized knowledge. Inori might know something, and I should consult with Kinjo as well. If I were the culprit, uselessly increasing the wounds would leave more traces behind. There has to be a reason for the stomach wounds. Anything more to be found on the body? Check the hands. If I take a look, the time Tomori died is around 9:30. So whoever doesn't have an alibi for that time is a prime suspect. I'll ask the others about it and find out. It's time to move. We have this. What is this? Something's broken. Is this a broken flashlight? Actually, there's 2 broken flashlights here. That must have been Tomori's and the culprits. Even with a flashlight, you need to turn on the dark switch. That could have been Tomori, right? Then how did the culprit manage to navigate without being noticed? But why are these broken? Was there a reason to break them? Or do you have something different? No, there is nothing different and I'm repeating. Did nothing different, okay. Check the window, check the scrap, check the fuse, check the fire, check the message, check the body, check the person, check the bloody on the floor. This is a blood stain, but what is this? Seems odd, right? Tomari's body is clear deep into the control room. The blood leads from the entrance to the power room. It's strange, there's no blood outside. Did the culprit kill Tomari and then run away in a hurry? No, wait a minute. The fact that the blood is close to the entrance means that the struggle started at the entrance? So why are the windows broken? Breaking those wasn't part of it. Besides, there is still blood near the entrance of the control room. But no blood anywhere outside of the power room. Did they wipe the floor spots on the power room? How did the world happen? This moved. This part just moved. Oh, it's Korean. Okay. I think that's it for the control room. Hey, Hanato, what are you doing? Oh, Maida. Well, I'm checking here. You know what that is? What is that? Burnt charcoal. Isn't that weird? When everyone gathered in front of the power room, there wasn't anything like that in the corner room, right? There wasn't anything like that in the corner room, right? Right. I was here too, but I couldn't have noticed that. First, shouldn't we check what it is? What? What happened? Hatano, what are you doing? Did you stumble into something? Ah! Oh! It's piano wire. Hatano, what? Why is blood? Hatano, who was walking to investigate the strange object, suddenly it grabbed her leg and she started bleeding. The flesh near the back of Hatano's left thigh was sharply cut and was dropping a lot of blood. Hatano! What the f... What? I heard Ayami-chan scream. Ah, Ayami-chan! Hatano, what is it? What is that wound? Before that, let's go and notice first, quickly. Okay, a car. Hatano, how are you feeling? Everyone don't come. Huh? Wire. There's a hidden wire. Wire? Looking closely at the place where Hatano fell, the bottom part I was able to see a sharp wire that was hard to see. At least I noticed it. I'm gonna do something. Hold on. It's the whole thing about losing focus. Even if the dog is not being picked up by the microphone, the fact that I'm hearing the dog is psyching me out. And I can focus. The Because of Hatono's blood on it, it's too thin to see with the naked eye. What is this? That burn object was used as bait. Who installed a trap like this? Why? No, before that, what do we do with Hatono? If Inori was here, she's a surgeon, she might know what to do. She's right there. I got Inori here. What? Wait, Hatono, what's going on? Perhaps she got caught in a wire trap. Inori, what should we do? Wire trap? Why is that? I'll look at her vitals first. Look at her leg. Kanata-chan, but is it okay? Is there a place to treat her? Currently nurse's office is locked. What place do we use to treat her wounds? That's true. But the amount of bleeding is bigger than expected. I have to do something about it quickly. Be careful, there's still a wire there. By Inori's judgment, she takes Hatono with her. It's okay. Hatono, as an athlete, she must have a strong will. Let's hope it's just a crash. I'm worried about Hatono, but there is not much time left before the class trial. I still haven't figured out much. Persis, what kind of person would do this? It's not enough with killing Tomori, even trying to set a trap on Hatono. Is that wire far away? It was installed by the culprit, but was that a target in the first place? If you do a trap like this, it's a complete, indiscriminate attack against an unspecified person. I don't have much time to go through the details. I want to search the control room, so let's quickly investigate other places. And just go through, okay. First of all, Hatono got an injury while trying to investigate this area. And what I found is... this looks like a black object. This is a flashlight. Another one? This flashlight is burned. There was also a fire inside the control room, so was this flashlight burned at some point inside the fire? No, wait. If it was a flashlight, it was already inside the room? 2 flashlights were broken inside. If so, why is this one here, and who used it? And just, okay, that's fine. Maida-kun. Zaimi-chan, okay, what to do? What can I do? Ugh. Take it easy, Taira. I know we're worried about the class trial will start soon. We have to focus on the investigation first. A friend was hurt, but we want to investigate? Is it that easy to work around like that? I'm sorry, Maida. To be mad at you is not the right way to do this. It's okay, I understand. Once it's time to calm down. I have something to ask you, Taira. Something to ask? Yes. Not only you, but also in the dorms, Kinjo, Hatono, and Kurokawa went there. At that time, even though the nighttime was starting, you didn't return to the dorms, right? Forgot to change something. There we go. Ah, that's right. Well, I tried to go back, but I couldn't because of this. Just past 10 o'clock, I was doing some cooking research in the kitchen. Cooking? So the reason why the food was already done every day was because of this. Yes. By the way, it seemed to me that there was a lack of a lot of ingredients today. Because I wanted to make different recipes, but alas I couldn't. I made a mistake while wearing tempura, so all of the oil splashed on my clothes. I tried to go to bed soon, but I had to wash the whole thing in the bathroom because the washing machine wasn't working. Oh, I see. By the way, were you alone during that time? Yeah, Ami-chan seemed to be training, because she was there before going to bed. So that's the case, I see. Yeah, Kizuna-chan, I'm so sorry. Thank you for telling me this. We must find the culprit together. Yeah, let's push on, Maida. Maida, do you think Hatono will be alright? Not sure. I'm worried, but since she was hurt on the leg, shouldn't be a problem, I think. Hatano, she got injured while trying to investigate, right? I can't forgive a killer who even does this. Let's investigate more for Hatano's sake. Yeah. These two. Why can I? What? You guys are not gonna say? Makaru, is the investigation going well? No. I have something to think about. That's the problem. What? Do you want to sit down and actually talk about it? Do you mind? Shut up. Don't speak, idiot. I don't cooperate with you. Do I have to say it 100 times? It's Makaru's reaction as usual. But to think that Makaru had something to think about, is there something I missed in this case? I'm really sorry, Tomori. No? Yeah, right. Hope you become to be able to open your heart to us. Open your heart? Come to think of it, I heard that before. Oh, Uehara wasn't with us at the time. After our reunion, we were able to move Tomori's heart. I don't mean to blaspheme the dead, but honestly, I can't believe that point. Uehara too. Makaru said that too. You're a good person under the root, although you seem stiff and partial. No, I can feel that to be the case because you've been missionary to the others these days. It was only a week since we met her, but the nature of Tomori was a little guy. What? When I left Kinju's group, I felt hesitant, but it was a bit unbelievable that I didn't care about my pride enough to return to you all again. Of course, it's just my opinion. If I actually thought like that, for you guys I would have... Forget I said anything. Uehara, I know that's not the case right now, but can't you reconsider? Be with everyone together again. Don't talk about it. I changed my mind once. I don't plan on changing it twice. Don't worry. Rest assured I'm not trying to blame or ignore you like Makaru. I intend to exchange as much as possible, so don't be too disappointed. Now, let's overcome the crisis that's right in front of us. Alright, Uehara. You. It's the end, Maeda. It's the enemy. Why, Otori? Sorry. I'm sorry. It may be my fault that Tomori Kizuna died. Whoa. Wait, does that mean exactly? Please calm down and tell me. Well, that is... Now when I think about it, something suddenly comes to my mind. The second day, was it? I must have been the first night after breakfast together. These days my routine was to check the items at the antique shop before late night. As soon as I wake up the next day, I went there and checked the number of items every day. Our antique shop's so good. I guess because you're a merchant, you understand it. That's so. Because when Maki died, wasn't there a lot of stuff used in the crime from the antique shop? Was worried that would happen again, so I looked at the things every day and perfectly memorized the type and location of each object. Anyway, so I looked at the items in the second evening and went back to the antique store as soon as I got up the next day. Found out some things were missing. What? What things? That's the problem. At that time, all the goods were still properly in order before I went to check. I can't think of what was missing. At all. But I know that something's definitely missing. Otori, there is no doubt that the things that disappeared. Yeah. Were things that were inside the switch room. The fuse, the light and flashlight, they all disappeared back then. So that would mean that the killer prepared the tools very early this morning. Well, I'm not so sure about that, but I'm certain the time the tools were missing was at late night time. Late night time. But at that point, only Makaru, Tomoro, and Uehara were with us. Tomoro? We were wandering around late at night, right? Huh? The culprit is among those three. Oh, then it can be Tomori. She is already dead. Right, then that only leaves Makaru and Uehara as one of them, no doubt. My memories of things is clear as crystal. It is still too early to conclude, but it seems to have been a good reference. Thanks, Otori. By the way, can I ask just one question? Is the wire that just heard Hatano from the antique shop? Hatano got hurt? What do you mean? Oh, you didn't know? Just before the switch turned off, the killer installed a wire trap. Hatano got caught there and she injured her leg. Huh? Wire trap? Why is that? Oh, was that the reason why Inori and Hatano just went out together? Yeah, I think the killer is more cunning than I thought. I haven't seen it, but maybe the wire did not come from the antique shop. What disappeared then was the fuse, the light, and the flashlight. There were wires, but those were not gone, so probably not. Is that true? Okay, thanks for the clue anyway. Did I help you? You're welcome. Let's do our best to catch the culprit, Maida. That's right, otherwise we will die. Aye! Otori's testimony. Maida, what happened earlier? I saw Inori with Hatano leaving the power room. Well, that is... Explain to Kinjo what just happened. What? Wire trap? I still don't know why the killer started such a thing. Was he not targeting only for Tomori? If you're still aiming to someone like Hatano was, he's just add more evidence to the crime. No, probably not. Huh? How do you mean? Looking at the case, the wire trap feels a little out of place. Out of place? I'll tell you more about it on the class trial. I have to do some research here now. Having said that, Kinjo looked ahead again. What Kinjo was investigating. Is this pieces of broken glass from the switching window? Yeah. This is also strange. Strange? The shape of the broken glass, temperature, the direction of the frames flew off. I see, gonna take a look too. You can. Be careful not to damage the scene. The fragments were broken into pieces and splashed on the floor. Inside I felt the darkness of that room, little by little. Also the shards were quite hot because of the fire. How did this even happen while we were resting? In the first place, I don't even know what was the time the situation even happened. Come to think of it, Kinjo, weren't you at the dormitory at the time? Why weren't you at the dormitory at the time? You said to follow that rule, didn't you? Come to think of it, Maida, you weren't here back then. There were only 6 of us. It was Taira, Hatano, Kurokawa, Uehara, Mekaru, and myself. What happened here exactly? With this fire, why did the power room become like this? Yeah, I'll tell you. At the class trial, I have to explain the situation to everyone once again. First of all, the reason I wasn't in the dorms at the time, if the others ask, is because I discovered something. What? It was around 9 PM. As I was about to go back to the dormitory after completing my investigation, I heard Hatano scream. Finding that there was a fire in the power room, I hurriedly headed to the 2nd floor of the school, where I met Mekaru, Uehara, and Hatano here. The situation at the time was that the smoke from the switch was leaking to the hallway, and we hurriedly went in to extinguish the fire with the fire extinguishers in the hallway. At the switch on entrance, in other words, I went to the corner of the power room and turned off the lights. But suddenly I heard an explosion sound from the other side. That was this broken glass. When I heard that sound, we were all 4 together. Yeah, me, Hatano, Mekaru, and Uehara were at the switch on entrance. We had a lot of smoke. But we were close enough to confirm each other's positions. I see then. The only thing I can think of is the killer was inside the switch room, broke the window and ran away. Excuse me, have you seen any other person beside those 3? As I mentioned earlier, it was Smokey, but I didn't see anyone else. Wait, but at that point, Taira and Kurokawa went together? I don't like cutting in here like this, but I'll tell you soon. Anyway, I turned the switch to extinguish the fire at the entrance, and when Hatano Mekaru and me went inside, Tomori was dead. At that point, the body discovery announcement came out, and after listening to the broadcast, Taira and Kurokawa came to the power room first. I don't know if you came after them, right? That's right. Then what about Uehara? Y'all went in together, but Uehara did not check the body? Uehara heard me when I told him to check the back broken window that went to the other side. But there were no clues other than what we already see here. After listening to the broadcast, Taira and Kurokawa came. After that, the rest, including me, in the dormitory came, correct? Oh, that's Yuki. Yes, it seems the overall development of this case is roughly in this manner. But something is questionable. To be honest, it's suspicious there is 2 people out when the situation happens. Maida, now that there is not much time left instead of being with me, can you check on Taira and Kurokawa? I would confer if they stayed together before the body discovery. Can you find out about it? I'm suspicious of them. Well, it's true they don't have an alibi, but... Then please do. I need to investigate the window more. Oh, Kinjo, 1 second. Oh, Kinjo, 1 second. Can I ask one more thing? I just heard the whole situation from you, but you still don't get what's weird about the glass shards from the window? Simply put, it's neatly broken. Besides, the structure of the window is strange. Look, even though the glass is broken, and a body can pass through, the lights in the power room hardly reach inside the switch room, right? No matter what principle the room has made of, it is what was marked and sealed at this level when the fire broke out. The outside of the power room would not have spread the flames more than what was expected. And this was the sense of incongruity you mentioned. Maida, there is no time. I can explain in detail here. I'll tell you about the class trial. First of all, check on the alibi of those 2 people I mentioned earlier. Okay? Heard Kinji's explanation, but I didn't notice anything strange that stood out. Is there something that can only be seen by him as the ultimate police officer? Anyways, I'll know when it comes to the trial. The investigation comes first. Just noticed that my mouse still exists. Oh, but I have people to talk to. The headmaster of this school, Monokuma, wants to inform you that the fun is pouring out at this hour. It's already close to midnight, so let's hurry up and finish this. All of you, please gather at the door with the red carpet on the first floor of the school building. The class trial will begin. Oh, I hope this gets really fun. Maybe I'll enjoy it. I thought he was more tired, but okay. Finally, it's time. That means I haven't even investigated properly yet. I've only checked the power room and the switching. There's also the situation with Hatano and the timing was too late. Well, if I hang out here, Monokuma will kill me, because this isn't a joke. Let's go. Somehow, even with the information collected so far, we have to find out the culprit. It's not just me. If I put everyone's heads together, I can definitely go through this like last time. Oh, Maida. Hatano, are you okay? I applied first aid. As a substitute for a bandage, I stopped all the bleeding, but I gave you a bandage. Hatano, the time is already running out. We have to go to the trial. That's all we can do. Yeah, I heard it too. While I received the first aid from Inori and returned to help more in the investigation, I just showed up. You can help me now. No, don't overdo it. Rather, is the leg okay? Hatano? Maida, Hatano's leg, well, what is it? The truth is, my left thigh tendon has been cut. I can't even walk. The damage might be permanent or not. Only time will tell. What? It was unfortunate that the tendon part got cut so much. I don't know what would happen if I had surgery right now. Also, I don't know what would happen if I had surgery right now. Also, I don't know if there's a room in the school to do this risk. Wait a minute. What is that? You can walk, let alone run. Actually, the lower part of the thigh. I can't feel it. Without injury support, I couldn't have made it here. This is so outrageous. It's nonsense. Hatano, you are a track field athlete. Is that okay to lose one's talents in vain? I'm sorry. If only I were a doctor who could fix it at once. Ugh. Stop. This wasn't Inori's fault. However, Maeda, we shouldn't be arguing here right now. Isn't a class trial about to start? But Hatano, in the future even if my legs were intact, if you fail the class trial, we'll all be killed. This is fine. I can worry about my legs later. So let's go now. It's enough if Inori supports me, I'll do it. Hatano. I tried to be calm, but Hatano's body gradually was trembling. You would be the most desperate yourself. Even if an ordinary person can't walk anymore, it's a shock. Nevertheless, I have to try to overcome the class trial for everyone. With only a strong mentality. I got it. You're right. When you die, it's all over. Let's go to the trial. Everyone's dead. Yeah. She needs a wheelchair. One sec. Coming back in here. I remember Mikioka-chan died. Was kinda hoping this would not happen again. I don't know. Is your leg okay? Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no problem at all. Inori gave me first aid, I'll get better soon. For the time being, Inori will support my footing, so that's all. Hatano? Is that so? I'm really glad. We can go to the trial with confidence. The trial. Class trial. Going to stand in this trial with confidence. Whoa, was wondering when that was coming out. I see. By the way, Kurokawa is... Where is she? Huh? I can't see Kurokawa in the room. Mikako-chan? I haven't been able to see her during the investigation. Where did she go? No, wait a minute. But they disappear at this hour. Could that be it? Kurokawa is the culprit. Why did you say Kurokawa's the... Hatobart. Kurokawa is the killer. She did have legs. She got her legs... There was a booby trap. Someone left a piano wire in the corridor. When she went to check one of the clues, her leg got caught in it, and she tore her tendon. So the ultimate sprinter, track leader, however you want to call it, just lost her leg. It's very bad. Kurokawa is the killer. No, that's a hasty judgment. Maybe something went wrong. Hiya! You're out here. This time I'm kind to you. I came out on the entrance. Face to face, you don't release in the bowels, right? I'm really nice, aren't I? Then, are we going down underground like last time? I'm sad no one pays attention to respond me. What are you saying? We're missing one. Where did Mikako Kurokawa go? Huh? We're into all together. Oh, it's true. Istako is nowhere to be found. Unbelievable. Does she want to dip in a class trial? Wait up, I'll bring her now. But what's this girl being late for? She could die if she's late. Damn it. Hatano who was injured us came here. She may lack legs, but she doesn't like guts. I have to give that woman a training regiment. Well, I mean, Kurokawa is not really the culprit, right? Why do you mean, Kobashikawa? Kurokawa is not that kind of person. Not that kind of person. Did you guys not see Mitsuhiro Higa as the guy who started the killing at the beginning? That was... Or are you going to claim he's an innocent person? I mean... Something's odd. Didn't you guys used to tackle my words all the time? Tomori Kizuna did that often, but that bitch died. Hey mate, for some reason... You're being awfully quiet. I thought you would be the first to put a rebel attitude. Huh? Me? So sorry, I didn't hear... Taira, are you okay? Come to think of it, you seem less energetic than usual, can you tell? Oh, it's just... I have something to think about. You idiot. The class trial will begin soon. Of course no one has the energy for this. Idiot? Why, of course I'm an idiot. But it's weird. As a suggestion that Kurokawa disappeared, she could be considered the main suspect. It's worth putting into our topics for later. Even Kinjo thinks that. I can't confirm it yet, but some of my suspicion figures were selected during the investigation. Kurokawa is one of them. Oh. Excuse me. Why Kurokawa? Let's talk about that in the class trial. Why an elephant? Let's talk about that in the class trial. Discussing here will only get things agitated. I mean, I kinda see it, but why an elephant? Well, yes, but Kurokawa still needs to be here for the class trial. Everyone waited long enough? I brought the latecomer. Mikako. Hurry in. It's the first time, so be flexible in this particular case, but next time, I'll punish you with no questions asked. Well now, all 12 of you have finally got together. Like last time, we're going down first, so take the elevator to proceed. Kurokawa, what happened? I haven't seen you since the investigation. What have you been up to? I don't think you come from investigating, were you? Hey, I don't think she plans on opening her mouth anytime soon. Why don't we leave that bitch alone and go down already? Come on. What? What? It doesn't matter if you want her to speak here. Kurokawa. Trial. After it's over, I'll tell you. This is suspicious. Very suspicious. Headaches. Alright then. Before the culprits, you won't be able to survive when the class trial's done. It can't be. It's not her. Kurokawa was that the reason you are being late. Now, everyone, I know you don't like going to the class trial. I want to stop this situation somehow. But it happens. It's really futile at this point. What will happen next? First, let's pass the trial and talk. Now only think about surviving the trial, then clear out your minds and eyes from any misconceptions. Kinja's right. I couldn't afford to think differently right now. All we must do is survive. We are again at the crossroads of life and death. Yes, let's clear up our minds and face this. Surely we can make it. We can figure out the culprits. Yes, I'm not alone. Everyone is here. I hate to doubt someone again and turn it into a killer, but I have to. Again, I have no choice but to do this class trial. Oh, am I moving? I am moving. Okay. So not talking. Again another hellish trial begins. All of us are accursed. I'm not going back out at all. What did you say? Did I read it right? Surprisingly I did. More or less. Satsuki investigated very seriously. Honestly, I have found nothing. Sorry. Then you... If you do what you think is correct for everyone, you'll be able to find the killer. They're not gonna say anything. What about you? I just need to tell everyone that my leg is fine for now. It would increase confusion if I tell them the truth. I don't think it's the right time. How long are you going to stay put here? Let's hurry. Okay. I'm not gonna talk to everyone. There's no point. Well, let's go. Let's reveal the corrupted seed that committed murder again. It's really painful, but I have to do it. Cheer up, everyone. I'll open the elevator door. The elevator goes down on the ground with a rattling sound. It was the second time I felt it, but my heart didn't calm down again. There's no guarantee that the culprit will be revealed safely this time. I have to do my best, but I'm a little nervous this time. I could only investigate the power room and the switch room, and I don't even know who the culprit was. Can we properly guess in this state? Maeda. Kurokawa? Yes? Kurokawa talked in a very small voice in the elevator to me. Her voice was in whisper, so without realizing, I answered in whisper too. It seems the others didn't hear because of the elevator's noise. Kitchen. I've been to. Knife. One was missing. Oh really? Seems Kurokawa went to investigate after all. The fact that one kitchen knife disappeared means that the murder weapon on Tomori's neck was brought from the kitchen. And... yeah? Sure. Kurokawa seemed to have something to say. Kurokawa's a unique girl, even though the number of words seems to be few. When I really need it, she talks more than I thought. But thanks to the information Kurokawa gave to me, the source intake is becoming more clear, is it? You'll be helpful for the trial, even a little. I'll take note of it. Okay. For a long time, the elevator carried us down the basement. With a huge shake, the elevator arrived at the class court. Alright, let's go. It's green. Oh, why is it green? You're out here. Great, let's start a late night class trial. The room looks different than last time. Of course. If I always do the same thing at the same interior, our attention dies, right? Change is a law that we all need. It's a repulsive room. If it was yellow, it would be worse. Ha! It's you're the noisy and starting to fall asleep. So why not go to your own seat? What? Is that a sentence? Everyone seems to be prepared. I feel a very different atmosphere since last time. Is it because you went through a trial once? Or is it because your trust is falling apart? Shut up and start, you dumb stuffed toy. Hey, it's not stuffed toy, it's Monokuma. I'm not upset. Whatever. Even if you rush me, you're not gonna start anyways. We should finish quickly and everyone go back to sleepy time, yeah? That's if not in the eternal sleep for the majority. Okay, let's start. It 1% more. It did rhyme a little bit. Again, the 10 starts flowing as soon as we stand in each bench. It's like making a wall to make each other suspicious. When I stood here, I realized once more that it begins again. Tomori, A girl who was a classmate and she was looking for affection, recklessly. But at the end, she opened her real self to us, and it wasn't bad at the very beginning, no matter what everyone thought in the process. The killer who murdered her so badly. And not enough with killing Tomori, the culprit who committed an unforgivable crime that made Hatono lose her leg with a trap aimed at random. The trial to uncover the killer begins now. The trial that risked her life. A lie that took her life. A betrayal at the risk of everyone's lives. Given an excuse to survive. An excuse to kill. Can you? A fake trust in your classmates. A life-threatening debate. Okay, life-threatening excuse, trust. A life-threatening class trial. Whoa. This game copies a lot of stuff, unnecessary stuff from the original source. Mouse, get out of the way. I don't have any skill equipped though. How do I equip the skills? Okay, I am going to do something. Hold on. Let me save here. I'm not gonna save on 6. So on the first class trial, since I died on the middle, I didn't get a single Monokuma coin for that. This game is really harsh on that. So what I'm going to do, save 6 right now, is the save I'm gonna use for the class trial. Which means this is the canon save. Whatever happens, it happens. If I fail the class trial, however, after the stream is over, I am going to redo the class trial, just to get the Monokuma coins. That's how I'm gonna do. Let me see the bullets real quick. Monokuma file. The victim is Kizuna Tomori. Estimated time of death is about 9:30 PM. Found in the power room switch room on the school's 2nd floor. There is a long torn wound on the stomach, and the bleeding is large. Critical cause of death is a cut through the esophagus by a knife. Did it say something about a knife? Burnt marks. What happened here? The floor and walls of the switch room are full of burnt marks, but no matter how you look at it, it's very recent. But what was the cause of these? Stomach wound. Tomori's fatal wound is a neck wound, but there is a long wound in the torn stomach. This also appears to be a cut with a knife. I wonder why did the killer even strike for it? Of course, a stomach cut could be fatal, but you would have a throat scream to kill next. They wouldn't have had to hit for the stomach first. In order to inform what the results of Tomori's autopsy, this font is really bad to read. Basically, she said it matches the information in the Monokuma file. She also said that there was an abnormally large amount of bleeding. The amount of blood loss is individual, but in Tomori's case, it must have taken a considerable amount of time to die. She said she must have felt a terrible pain. There was 2 broken flashlights in the dark room. Both of them were broken. This is signs of struggle apparently. There was a dying message, 3 small axes and 1 large axe, drawing blood next to the body. There was a broken window. A giant... It's shaped like an axe. There was this fuse. Wrapped around the whole place, there was this fuse here. And the fuse breaks on the window. Okay. There was a piece of cloth on the corner, was burnt, under with blood. Under the cloth was a lighter. A cheap lighter is the one I have in my room. It's like mine, it's like this one is black. Mine is white. Even the big mark, what the fuck? And there was a note. Apparently this note was my motive. Classic big lighter, yes. There was blood marks leading from outside of the power room. from outside, from the inside. Was just in the entrance, wasn't blood anywhere else. Where blood smear dropped on the switch towards the entrance. Tomori died deep within the switch room. The fact that his blood goes towards the entrance means that the killer ran away urgently injured. However, there is blood up to this part only. The person has disappeared cleanly outside of this room, for the entrance to the switch room towards the exit. If they come out this way, why is the window broken? Then there was the wire trap, the one that injured someone. Hatano. Her leg got injured by the wire trap when she went to check this thing. A third flashlight. This is what Hatano was trying to investigate when she was injured. It's hard to see it properly, but it's a flashlight. It appears to have been caught in the fire in the switch room. But if you have a flashlight, you already have two inside. It was placed as... why would it have only burned without breaking? How? Prior to that, the flashlight in the switch room came with Tomori and the killer. Who was using the flashlight then? Taira's testimony. Ask Taira why she wasn't in the student dormitory during the nighttime broadcast. At the time of the incident, she said that just before nighttime she was cooking in the kitchen and smeared some oil on her clothes. Surprisingly, you sure made a sloppy accident. Kinjo's testimony. Kinjo told me what happened at the time of the incident. At around 9 o'clock, Hatano showed her that the switch room was on fire. He grabbed a fire extinguisher and extinguished the fire from outside. There was a sound of the glass breaking, and when he entered, he saw Tomori's body at the end of the room. The order of people who discovered the body was Kinjo, Hatano, Mekaru, Uehara, those four. Taira and Kurokawa came after Monokuma's announcement. Window fragments. The glass window at the end of the switch room was broken. According to Kinjo, the side where Tomori was dead, it was on fire, and the window was broken while extinguishing the fire. Was it the killer who was inside the switch room breaking through the window inside the smoke? However, in Kinjo's words, he said that it felt wrong. It's too neatly broken. Teruyu's testimony. Teruya went to the antique shop every day to keep things in check. The lighter, fuse, flashlights all disappear after nighttime. All of the items that were used in the crime scene. At that point, Tomori was free to go around the nighttime. There was also the other two, Mekaru and Uehara. Then among the three, did anybody else took the tools? In addition, the wire does not come from the antique shop. Kurokawa's testimony. Kurokawa went to the kitchen and saw that one of the knives went missing. She mentioned the knife used to kill Tomori came from that place. And that's it. I have absolutely no information. Or maybe I'm just dumb. I'm saving again. And I don't have any of my skills. Why can't I equip the skills? First of all, let's start with a brief explanation. Oh, I don't need explanation again. If you point out the black hand, only then we get punished, but in case you point out the wrong person, I'll punish everyone except the black hands, and the one who tricked everyone else will graduate from this academy. Also, this translation is brought to you by Zephy, so you better damn well appreciate it or I'll punish your fools. Check the Patreon site for any new updates of the game and enjoy the work in progress content. Okay. Did I... maybe I should add the link to the Patreon, if the Patreon still exists. This is a work in progress. This is the most updated translation up to this point. So I'll put the link on the Patreon later. Finally, the second class trial has begun. There's no such thing as being used to this atrocious game. I'm actually more anxious than last time. But if I'm afraid here, it can be helped, as we did last time. Let's think carefully with everyone. Now then, first. Wait a minute, there's something I want to ask first. Oh my, what's the holdup? What are you going to ask? Last time, it was my first time, so I didn't question it. But now that I think about it, I believe I have to ask this now. The body discovery announcements. What exactly are the conditions for the broadcast to show up? Makaru, why are you suddenly asking this kind of stuff? If you find a dead body, then it shows in the BDA. That's not true. No, that isn't true. You shut up. I see, after all, as a fall it is Makaru the one who paid attention to that, huh? Even so, it is basically as Kobayashi-kun said, when you find a body, it broadcasts it. Only when 3 people, at least 3 people have found a body, then the announcement will show up for everyone. Because in the first case, it was me, Kaede the maid, who found the body first. And then someone else showed up, I don't remember who. But only after the 3rd person showed up that the broadcast announced, okay, it's the same as the original. So 3 people found the body. Was it always like that? Is that rule made on the spot, or was it applied from last time? Of course it was applied from the beginning. In Maki's case, Taira found it first, then Maeda, and finally Hatano. Since the order was complete, it satisfied the condition of 3 people. The announcement came out because the rule was successfully completed. Right, it's true, the announcement rang the moment Hatano discovered it last. This thing, to say an important detail at a time like this. What's that? Did I not tell you about this? Nobody asked. It's too late. Oh crap. Well, you know when people leave they forget. It's like that, right? I'm not human, but a bear, so it's okay. Okay, when more than 3 people find the body. Well, that found criteria is not dwell on time, is it? For example, a week passes after the initial discovery, then the second one appears. And even if the 3rd discovery appears another week later, the broadcast will also ring. Yeah, time doesn't matter at all. When the first 3 people who have seen a corpse in any way, the announcement will sound the moment the 3rd person discovers the body. Makaru, I know it's fine to check the rules, but is the condition of the body discovery announcement important enough to ask? Wouldn't your main purpose now be to find the culprit? Keep quiet, I'm not over yet. Now then, Monokuma. 2 people are needed to murder one of them when they're alone. That would be a witness to the crime includes the culprit. This is... It's the same line of questioning for the second game, more or less, except that they did this almost on the ending. I mean, kind of the same line of questioning, except that they didn't discuss the time. They just discussed if the culprit counts as a witness to triggering the announcements. Huh? I've asked a question, you won't answer? You asked, did the witness include the culprit? Well, that's a bit pretty very super great whole delicate matter. I see. Even with a sharp sense, it becomes a problem. Okay, I'll tell you in this particular scenario. Depending on the characteristics of the case, whether or not the culprit is included in the discovery will be decided at the end of the trial. What? Then it's different this time. Then no one knows. It's up to our own judgment. That will also include everyone to be against each other. I already told you this. When it comes to trials, it's fairer than a Buddha. God and Jesus combined. Jesus. You say Jesus twice in a different meaning. Let's recap. In the last case, you said that the announcement rang because Akane Taira, Yuki Maeda, and Ayame Hatano discovered the body. Then in the last case, Mitsuhiro Higa, the culprit, must have been excluded from the equation of 3 people discovering the body. I excluded Higa-kun. In fact, it didn't matter much if I excluded him, since the first 3 people to discover it were together at that time. Then what about this case? The culprit who killed Tomori Kizuna. Did you include that person as a discoverer? Huh? Yeah, that's right. Specification aside, why the sound in dialect? Did you inhale lottery? What? My dialect's not that awkward. I mean, half the mainland pronunciation. You don't seem to be enough from the mainland to mix different parts of the country. No comment. No comment on that. Well, if you ask for my opinion on a particular case, it will be the one in trial instead. If a judge enters the discussion, it's unfair, right? That would be a violation. You're also evading the answer. Fine, just looking at her reaction makes me think I touched a sensible matter. Nope, I don't know what you're talking about. What the hell is Spectre talking about? Somebody let me know. Well, that does it for the mischief at this point. Let's go with the trial soon. Did you know that 12 o'clock has passed already? Originally, I was going to start right away, but Miss Makoto sounded weird and it's late now. Anyway, let's go. First, start with the arrangement of the case. Please begin the discussion. Why did Makoto ask such a question? I have no clue what she's thinking. I'm curious. Sorry about that. I'm curious, but now I have to focus on the trial without thinking about anything else. Time to arrange the scene. Let's gather everyone. Hate to follow Monokuma's words, but we need to begin with the case. That is the topic at hand, because the people on the dormitory side at the time of the situation wouldn't know the details of these incidents. Alright, what happened to them? After listening to the body announcement, discovery announce, I was in a hurry to find you guys, and then Tomori. She was dead in the power room, all over the burnt marks in the room. Okay, for those who know, reorganize the scene with the rest, and those who do not know, the orders of events. From now on, take some time to confirm your positions with everyone. Kinjo-kun, don't you have something to tell us before that? What? You said you wouldn't make anyone a victim if we followed you. For that purpose, we agreed, and you got rid of a group of 3 people. And everything ended up like this, so why? Are you proud of it? Good job then. Okay. I would have to make amends to risk my own life and apologize for that, because I didn't keep my promise. But if you can surpass this moment, everyone will die. It's a pity for what happened with Tomori, but I also have a duty to keep you all from being executed in this cross trial. If you don't like it, I'll be out of this trial. Yeah, I'm an incompetent cop who can't make promises anyway. That's enough. Everyone is on edge. Think about other things later and focus on the trial now. Yes, Akane, you know your heart, but let's finish this first. Yeah, and Kijo-kun, I didn't mean that, I'm sorry. It's fine. Then let's begin sorting out the case, step by step. Well, you know I won't say it anymore, but I don't help you understand. Understand? I don't need you, because there is Kinjo with us. Me? Oh no, Makoto, you can't stay. Don't let me overdo everything. We have to do it together. I said to myself, even for a dead guy, you must understand the truth of the case yourself. Alright. Then let's begin. I didn't manage to get the power room at the beginning of the whole incident to see it directly. Let's discuss what we heard and saw. The first part. Around 9 PM, Hatono discovered a fire in the power room, was it? Yeah. Was walking down the corridor on the 2nd floor before nighttime. But when I entered the power room, there was a black smoke coming out because it seemed to smell like something burning. You mean that's what happened? I was at the antique shop, but I had no idea. I heard Hatono's cry and rushed off to the 2nd floor, where Hara and Makoto were together as we bumped into each other on the way. We went first to the power room, the epicenter of the fire. It was hot and smoky. The fire was about to spread from the switch room to outside. Yes, exactly what Kinjo told me. I already know this part from Kinjo. What did Uehara do soon after that? He used sand to put out the fire. No. A fire extinguisher from the corridor. So I brought a fire extinguisher in the hallway to the second floor to extinguish the fire, right? Yes, that's correct. By the way, how does Maeda know that? The ones in that area were Kinjo, Uehara, Mekaru, and me. I asked Kinjo about it while investigating. Right. I told him. Maeda knows the unfolding process of the case. Is that so? Then let's continue. The four of us were putting out the fire. I heard breaking inside the switch room. At that moment, Kinjo looked at Uehara and asked to see if someone was going out of the power room door, and the other three, including me, went to the switch inside. And there, Tamori was dead. Yeah. At that point, the BDA came out. Taira and Kurokawa arrived at the power room soon after. Okay, from here on, no Dawn team must join, so let me speak. When we arrived, the fire had already been extinguished. After that, like last time, Monokuma handed out the file and put out some investigation time. Where is... oh, there it is. Right. From here on out are things that I have seen with my own eyes. Right after I examined the switching and returning, that happens. That being... Hatano's injury by wire. Shortly thereafter, Hatano had an accident in which her leg was injured by a wire trap. That's what happened? Yamaguchi said it before in front of the elevator. Didn't you hear, dummy? Ayame-chan, it's really okay. It still seems to be a little fuzzy. Oh, no problem. It hurts a little right now, but it's not a major injury, so we can treat it properly after this trial. Isn't that right, Inori? She's lying. Yes. Well, you don't have to worry. Please continue with the trial. Huh. That leg wound. Is this an injury more serious than expected? What are you talking about? Didn't she say it was okay? I forgot his voice. Even pretense is useless. Do you think I can't read other people's minds? You, that incompetence, and the doctor, the atmosphere you three, it makes things clear that something happened. Shall we guess? Let's see. How about the leg injury that's so serious you won't be able to use it ever again? What? What are you talking about? Ayame-chan said she was okay. That is a lie, right? Mekaru is just talking nonsense, yeah? Hey. Sorry, I thought you might be worried more, so I decided to keep this with Hatano. I lied, I'm sorry. Inori, no. It is a lie. What do you mean? In reality, Hatano's injury, the moving muscle tissue, the most important posterior tendon, was amputated. Without luck, it's a serious injury that you might really have to wear crutches forever. What? Why is she lying to say that it's okay for that Why she was lying to say that it's okay for that serious injury? This is the most important trial of all of our lives. Every detail matters. Sorry. Because of that, Hatano and I thought it was to avoid getting you guys confused, but... I'm so sorry that Hatano tried to pretend to be okay, so sorry. Ayame-chan, it's a lie, right? That was something. Sorry, I was lying. What? Thanks, really? Because the nurse office is now locked, and since there are no facilities for treatment for treated wounds, it is literally hemostasis. It's really hard to stand still. Isn't that too much for her? Hatano, shouldn't you get treated quickly, get healed, and come to the trial later? Hey, what are you talking about? What's more important to the trial? That is, but Ayame-chan, she can't even run again. No, I'm sorry, but I agree with Mekaru. Whether your leg is crippled, cut off, or unable to walk, if you don't win the trial, you will die. Then it's more serious than what you mentioned before the trial. I lied that I was okay with this. As a result, I caused even greater confusion. Sorry everyone, this is going for a while. Like, we didn't even start properly discussing when we stopped like for 5 minutes to discuss a leg. I feel sorry for her, but this is going for a little bit too long. Ayame-chan doesn't have to be sorry. Can she be let go, at least to get a proper treatment? No, it's absolutely forbidden to leave the court during the trial. If we're worried about Miss Hatano's leg, I have to finish the trial first. With a 1. You say that, but I'm also in agreement. I don't really care, but I want you to focus on finding the culprit. If the focus is on me, I'll die just standing. But Ayame-chan. She says that, but let me comply with the will. And don't think it would be wise to finish the trial earlier in time as the agreement. In time and get treatment. Perhaps is right. I don't know, it might still be painful, but please hold on a little. Let's focus on the trial for now, everyone. Okay. Thank you for your consideration, Akane. Then let's get back to the main topic again. Yeah. Where did we end again? We're talking about Hatano's injury by the wire. Yeah, shortly thereafter, Inori took Hatano to provide first aid. Went out of the power room, let me continue the investigation. And that's the end of it, right? Quiz. But I think it's a useless question, sorry in advance. The health room was locked, but how did you do Hatano's treatment and where? Right, I needed something tough and thick to use as a bandage, but there were some things like rags in the warehouse. However, since it is really a substitute on only first aid, there's a possibility of additional sepsis and bacterial infection. She will need antibiotics just in case. But in order to do that, we have to find out the killer and end this trial, right? Yeah, but because someone died. Well, is there really another culprit among us? A killer who stabbed Tomori. Now why are you doubting it for, that's for sure. But if you point the killer gets executed. It seems like you're sacrificing one person to save Hatano. So would you save the killer? To save a killer, 11 of us have to die. I agree. Let me say this, okay? A guy who knows a person is cheap, and even if they die. How long will you waste your time on such useless topics? I didn't mean like that, I'm apologizing. Also, how come Mekaru and Kinjo team up? They seem to be getting better and better. I understand Otori's feelings, but is it okay? Can we... I am getting patient. I feel the same because it feels like, in the end, whether or not we point out the killers in this trial, someone will be killed. I wish there were more victims. No more victims, but that Bear Monokuma won't let us go. Damn it. What purpose does he want us to achieve? Despair. So the case was cleared up. Who's the killer? We have to figure that out. More water. Hold on. We have to figure that out. Honestly, this case has a lot of twists. If you think of it as an ordinary murder case, it's not going to fit in at all. First, let us solve the mystery of each event one by one. The priority should be the victim's body. The body? Tomori's corpse was an important clue to be able to tell the whole story of this incident. There aren't just one or two secrets related to her body, to the corpse. Personally, I didn't notice there was anything special. The corpse, based on my investigation, less presenting evidence gathered. From now on, the non-stop debate will begin. Would like to read a tutorial. Live and learn. Don't learn and get to it. I don't know if it's the same thing. Let me check. A non-stop debate is the part. Okay, it's the same thing. I didn't need this. When you press the action button, a truth bullet will fire in the direction of the target. Shift key, of course, we need to shoot the correct statement in order to continue. Pick the wrong one, you know the deal. Have fun. Also, quick note: by tapping the lower right corner arrow, you can skip faster. Finally. Oh, it is active, the skill. What clues on does Tomori's body have? I don't remember well. The knife was on her neck? Yes, the knife was on the neck. Also, the whole body was with blood all over. There was blood on the whole body, yes. It was terrible. Satsuki was vomiting for a while. She was dead. Is this relevant? Yes, it is. Other than that, can't you think of something more essential? Wait, is that it? I was reading the Monokuma file about what Tomori died of, and he gave me a clue that supports that evidence. Wait, why do I shoot? The knife was on her neck. The knife was on the neck, yes. The whole body was covered with blood. She was dead. Is this relevant? Yes. Is this one? No. Kurokawa just talks about the knife. I don't know. The sentencing doesn't make sense to me. Like, what links one to the other? Kurokawa's testimony. What was the testimony about? Kurokawa's testimony just says that there was a knife from the kitchen. Yes. Akane is just informing that she has a knife on her neck, yes. The other one was saying that she has blood all over her body. And the lawyer is just saying that she was dead. Nobody's asking if there was something else. So... the problem is, if I die here, I go to the very beginning of the trial. Really? Yes. Hello. How are you doing? I'm fainting because I can't understand proper sentencing. The knife was on her back. Kurokawa's testimony. Okay. It's just information that the knife came from the kitchen. I mean... sure. Taira, wait a second. The weapon that stabbed Tomori was not a simple knife. It was a kitchen knife. A kitchen knife? Right. It's even clearly stated in the Monokuma file. The definitive cause of death is a cut to the esophagus caused by a knife. Right, sorry I can't remember well. But the kitchen knives are only in the kitchen. Is there any evidence the culprit brought it? There is. Because Monokuma saw that a knife disappear, Kurokawa saw that a knife disappeared from the kitchen right after the incident. Right, Kurokawa? You gonna say anything? Yes. Still slow response. So the killer brought the knife out of the kitchen. I guess it disappeared from the kitchen. But that's a little weird. If the killer used the kitchen knife, that's a contradiction. What are you talking about? Oh wait, I think I know, but why is Tara talking like that? Obviously at the time of the crime, Tara could have known that it was a contradictory that the killer took the kitchen knife from there. The reason is, she was in the kitchen, doing her things in the kitchen. Where is it? Tara, that contradiction. Because you went in the kitchen at night time, right? Yes, right. That's it, Maida. What? But what does that mean? Makaru, didn't you say you weren't gonna meddle? I said I wouldn't help, but I didn't say I would not raise a question, asshole. Yikes. Taira told me she was cooking in the kitchen near the end of the night time. Cooking? Yeah, I'm sure because I remembered that I accidentally splashed oil on my clothes and wiped them in the bathroom. Oh, that happened. Wait, if Tara was still in the kitchen at that point, how did the culprit take the knife from the kitchen without bumping into her? Also, that's not all that's weird. Tara said that was around that night time, but told me this death was 9:30 reading in the Monokuma file. Tara, I'm asking just in case, but you're the last person in that area. Did you put all the knives in place before I left the kitchen? Yes, I used it when I was cooking myself, so I remember it for sure. Wait, what? When the knife was used in the crime, Tara, if you check out the knives in the kitchen, it doesn't make sense. That's why it's called a contradiction. If you think about it, do you think it's not a kitchen knife then? No. There are only kitchen knives in the kitchen. The second floor was open and I've been searching all places ever since. But when everyone started investigating, didn't Kurokawa say she saw the kitchen knife disappear? Kitchen knife used as a weapon. Kitchen, that's correct. Which one is it? Kinjo, don't you know? Sure, it's a contradiction. Don't even have to think about the ridiculous story of using another knife out of nowhere. Kinjo's work hard. Now we're all finished. There is only one way to solve this problem. Really? How? Very simple, in fact. Taira, you are lying right now. Huh? Now wait. Why is it this way? Isn't it obvious? The Monokuma file doesn't lie. Then the time of death is sure to be 9:30. Also, the kitchen knife is only in the kitchen. Therefore, the order of events, the kitchen knife being taken from the kitchen killed Kizuna Tomori, is established. These two facts can be proven with certainty. But what does Taira Kani mean? What proves that a woman was cooking in the kitchen? Now wait a minute, what are you trying to say? Taira, I'm in doubt. Were you together with someone, yes or no? I was alone. I can't believe someone without a witness. Anyone can use it as if it's just a talkative alibi. Oh no, wait a minute, why is the room like this all of a sudden? I was really in the kitchen, guys. But if Taira's words are true, it would never make sense. Taira, did you lie? Why did you lie? Don't tell me. Taira's the culprit! Why am I the culprit? What reason is there for me to kill Kizuna? There's nothing. I got it. She kept ignoring her persuasions and investigations. Did you bear a grudge? One sec. Okay. Funny, really. Kisuna Chung grunted a lot, but in the end she accepted us. The murder happened after that. I can see that it may not be the killer. Still, to say you were in the kitchen would be a lie. Why are you lying like that? It's not a lie. Are you serious? It is actually past midnight. Why are the dogs like that? Tara, tell me honestly. I want to believe you, that you are not the culprit. So then, Tara is really lying to us. Oh. Wait, I can't tolerate a Kenny being a culprit without corroboration. But I'm not trying to blame them. It doesn't make any sense if Tara's words were true. No, there's a case where Akane's words can be proven to be true enough. What? It seems you haven't realized, you still don't... Let me show you. The fact that Akane never lies. From now on, the counter-argument showdown will take place. Would you like to hear an explanation? Sure. Counter-argument showdown is a debate against a person who has objections to the player's opinions. Disagreeing character continues to speak out and press their adversary. Player can break the words by pressing the decision key, and the words without yellow letters can be rejected by pressing the shift key. Also, you can change the truth knife by changing the truth bullets with the left and right arrow keys. Elementary, it's like a non-stop debate, with knives. Shift key is useless for white text, and when the decision key is pressed, the words are cut in order of the opponent's statement. Be careful. Also, if you dispute the wrong yellow text, your HP will be reduced, and if you fail to cut the text that comes for the player, your speech power, it will be reduced by 1. When your speaking power is 0, HP will be reduced to 8. Broken window, Kinjo's testimony, blood traces. If Akane's words are true, then Tomori died, the knife was in the kitchen. Then it's simple. As soon as they kill Tomori, okay. The time of that is 9:30 PM. You can use the knife before that, there's no explanation than this. No, there's still a contradiction. Did you forget? Tomori's fatal injury, meaning it's not that hard to think that the death was not instant. In other words, the time of Tomori's death is almost consistent with the time using the knife. You don't know that. The fight is even such a time since the problem is solved, the rest. After Akane left the kitchen, the culprit returned to the power room with a knife. Blood traces. I think I'm wrong. I am. Sarah Kinjo's testimony of blood traces. Can use the knife before that. As far as determined that you notice an eligibility differences, that the problem is solved the rest. There we go. What was his testimony again? Hatano absorbed as a contradiction that logic. What are you talking about? It's impossible to commit a crime without proving Taira's words? Hatano, you mean the killer is taking a knife out of the kitchen right after Taira leaves the kitchen to wash her clothes, to kitchen her? And they run straight to the power room and put the knife back into Mori's body? Yeah, if we move quickly, it's quite possible in less than 3 minutes from the kitchen to the power room. Fast isn't a problem. Did you forget, Hatano? By the time night's time began, you guys were putting out a fire in the power room. Oh. Hatano, Kinjo, Mekaru, Uehara. If 4 people are in the power room and walking in with an object that stands out like a kitchen knife, it cannot be missed or ever hidden in plain sight. In other words, even if Taira secretly managed to pull the knife out of the kitchen, it's absolutely impossible to enter unnoticed to just switch it and stab the knife on the body. I can't... Thanks for the explanation, Maida. Thanks to you, it saved us trouble. Like Maida said, Hatano, I understand that you're a close friend to Taira. Unfortunately, if Taira's words were true, there would be an absolute contradiction to appear in her testimony. Akane, speak up your mind. Did you really lie? Can I say one more important detail in this? When the current body discovery announcement showed up, the 4 of us who put out the fire and the 6 in the student dormitory confirmed each other, so that is an alibi for us. But Taira, Akane, and Mikako Kurokawa, you two have no alibi. Well, this much has been proven thus far. Taira really killed Tomori. No, I'm not the real killer. Taira? Really, the kitchen knife thing, I really don't know. Maybe I'm mistaken. But I'm not really the killer. I didn't kill Kizuna-chan. Akane, really, can I trust you? But how do you explain that when you don't have an alibi? If you don't have it, means that either Taira or Kurokawa are the culprits. We're the most potential suspects in every way. Is it so weird to cook alone and go to the bathroom? I just happen to be alone. Taira, tell the truth when you're not guilty. Prove your innocence. Innocence. If Taira is really the culprit, certainly even without an alibi, there is 1 or 2 places in doubt. But was Taira really with Tomori? No, I can't just doubt it yet. Until all riddles are solved, I have to think what's been missing the entire premise thus far. What's been missing? Teruya's testimony, burnt fuse line, glass shards. Taira is the Chinese culprit? What? Chinese? I am not. You're not Chinese. Akane doesn't have an alibi. Since when? Washikawa and I say 8:30 PM. That's what I think. And then there's no alibi for about 1 hour and 30 minutes with a witness missing. That'd be enough time to kill a person for the fire. I did not. What was the fire for? There were a lot of confusing things at the scene. There were a lot of lighters and flashlights, fuse lines, etc. If Taira does have an alibi, she would be able to obtain them, wouldn't she? Oh, it's Teruya's testimony. Shoot it. Oh, goddammit. Although Taira certainly doesn't have an alibi, could she have produced the tools used in the crime? Let's think again then. The tools were missing. When the tools were missing. Oh, where is it? Oh, there we are. As Teruya said, the tools couldn't have disappeared during the night time. Wait, Kobashikawa, that's impossible. What? You mean about Taira producing the tools used in the crime? Yes, Taira has no alibi for the time being, I can't deny that. Bringing the tools, however, there sure is one. Bringing the tools, however, there sure is one. Oh, that's a certain alibi. I want to hear this. The reason I know this is because of the fact that somebody told me. Right, Otori? Huh? Otori knew it. The lighter and fuse disappeared since late night. Gone? From where? My guess would be the antique shop again. Otori mentioned that he went to the antique store every day. After Maki's incident, the antique store was filled with most of the items. Then, after nighttime on the second day, the things used in this case suddenly disappeared, as mentioned by Otori. Oh, that's it. That's right, I did check them. So, are you saying the killer took the tools late at night on the second day? That would be the case, unless Otori is lying. No lie, it's true. Hey, the second day Otori was almost 2 days ago. Why didn't you talk back then, knowing what kind of scheme was made when Maki was... I'm sorry, at that time I wasn't able to figure out things properly. Could have been my own mind play trick, so I wasn't really sure about it. Well, if you're sure the tools were gone, then the killer took the tools in the middle of the night on the second day. That is what happened so far, if I understand this correctly. May I ask, why does that become Tara's alibi? Why Otori's testimony become Tara's alibi? It's because Tara couldn't go to the antique store on that night. Right, so Uehara probably doesn't know about the 3 who weren't with Kinjo, and only the rest knows. So we know Tara can go to the antique store at night. And the reason is... I'll do the late night... Oh, right. Why Tara couldn't bring the tools at night? That is because of the nighttime rule, of course. Nighttime rule. Wait, what? If it's the nighttime rule, that was Kinjo decided, right? Do not come out from rooms late at night after 10. When did you decide that? Makaru and Uehara have no choice but to know. Because the group decided when you were not there. Oh wait, that's it. They don't come out of the room at night. This means that all of the rest, meaning Makaru and Uehara, who were on the room, could have come out after nighttime. Yes. In other words, Tara was also in the nighttime frame alibi for late nighttime. That's time. Yeah, I've never come out of my room at night. Wait a minute, that's no alibi at all. Huh? That late nighttime rule isn't a rule set by Monokuma, isn't it? So what makes you think it's genuine rule? You didn't get killed from breaking it and no evidence if you did, correct? You don't get killed for breaking it and no evidence if you did, correct? That's... I'm sorry, but I think the same thing. Even if Tara followed the rules faithfully, it's no different from before without evidence. That is true. Does that mean... No. Without rule, Tara's alibi could be enough. Hinjo-kun. Oh, what is it now? Until now I've been pushing Tara, Kane, but you're defense this time. Don't tell me you're defending your own rules now, because that's a self-made rule. I'm surely not. I know the laxity. I know the laxity this rule has. It's lax? Of course. It's not even my dog this time. Why is so noisy outside today? Of course. As Makaru said, it wasn't a formal rule, it was decided by ourselves, so there is no problem with breaking it. What, to break it? Is that exactly helping a culprit? Oh no, Kinjo! Did you suggest such a thing even though you knew this would happen? Sorry I kept this a secret from you guys. Actually, I did some work on the private rooms. Work? He did. Every late night I put a thin thread on the door of your private rooms. Thread? What does that mean then? In fact, it is pasted so that it passes between the wall connecting the door and the door frame. If you do this, the tape will break them. The door is open and the thread will break as well. So if the thread was broken, it would sound like someone was opening the door. Why? Now, I've been watching late at night every day this way. As each night time starts, I put a new thread on, and I got up earlier than anyone else in the morning to check if any of the threads were cut. So I can guarantee you, Tara has never been out of the room in a single night past 10 PM. Oh? Did you do that? Then you'll know who has actually left the room the night that the tools were gone. No, unfortunately, I didn't find that out. What do you mean you couldn't figure it out? You mean you couldn't confirm that the thread was broken? No. It's because no one has broken the thread. What? That means... You mean no one left the room late at night the second day? To be precise, the rest expect Mekaru, Uehara and Tomari. Except, because those three were an exception. Then that means there was one of the three that was able to use the tools at that time. However, Tomari is already dead, so either Mekaru or Uehara are the culprits. Don't make such rash judgments. I swear I didn't commit a murder. Now wait a minute, Kinjo. What does it mean for us to have a thread on the door as a secret? What do you mean? I explained it was a device to check if we're out of your room. Not like that. It's as if you couldn't trust us at all. I mean, you were spying on us without saying a word. That is right, Kinjo. You don't believe in us, do you? It's not my reality to believe or not believe. This is just my nature, my own personality. I'm basically always suspicious of everyone other than me. Why is that your nature? What's with expressions of disapproval? I proved Tara's alibi thanks to the thread on the door, right? Reasoning itself is impossible. Unless you're basically suspicious of others. Kinjo-kun, you really... Stop it! Why do you keep trying to fight? This isn't the time right now. Why are we doing this? Hat on his leg. Everyone calm down, even if you leave my legs. How many times is it gonna repeat already? It's not too late to cover up disputes even after the trial is over. Even after the trial is over. But let's focus on the case, please. Okay. So, is it just me and the priest who eventually took the tools? For now, I think so. But isn't that funny? You guys, all the other kids are suspicious, but Tsurugi Kinjo is not at all. What? I'll say this again. No matter how much you claim Taira Akane was in the kitchen, it's useless without evidence. Why do you prove, Tsurugi Kinjo, that a guy attaches a thread to a door? Where's the evidence that confirms your actions? Kinjo? If you think he's the culprit, in our situations he can sleep at will. Why is Tsurugi Kinjo not suspicious then? Do you think I'm the culprit now? Well, I'm just talking about possibilities. But you know where there's no evidence in your words, do you? If that's the case, there's no evidence for Otori's testimony, right? The only one who checked these items was Otori, and even though it was just gone on the second day, you have no way to check it. What in blazes? You can't believe me now? One moment. If Kinjo's or Otori's words are false, isn't that Tara's alibi also false? Wait, what? I'm telling the truth here. Everyone is in disarray. It's like they're trying to look for reasons to distrust each other, even more than in Maki's trial. As our trust started to break, I don't want this outcome. I'm powerless on my own. Enough. Considering the true or falsehood of the testimony, we change nothing. I believe the testimonies that has already been pointed is already a testimony worth considering. I like to approach this from the other side of the case. That's a lot. She spoke more in a single sentence than she did in the whole game. Kurakawa, I think this is the first time I came here and you said the longest speech. Kurakawa is right, guys. Now, don't mind the trivial things. A lot of time has already passed. Focus on the idea of finding the culprit. As soon as you finish, will it be daybreak till then? I'm already half asleep right now. You shut up. Yes, it seems that we are too enthusiastic about the killer being liars. As Kurokawa said, let's turn around halfway back and move on. Okay, I think that would be good, because I also want to avoid making Discord with you guys. Do whatever you want. To go around halfway? You mean talking about the identity of the criminal? I'm going to put things aside for a while. Either way, whether Tyler lied or not, we don't have the evidence, no matter who's right or not. Let's first solve another mystery. Okay, that's fine too. There's more urgent in this, the more urgent it is, the more necessary it is to go back to. But even if we go back, what do we do first? Basically, the same as before. You guys recall, the most important thing in this case is the dead body. But aside who the culprit is, tell me what doubts you have about it. Then the path towards the outline of the culprit will look more natural. The body. Tomori's body was the most important clue. Let's recall in my memory how Tomori's body looked. Alright. Wait, almost the same. How Tomori was killed, let's think about it. I thought of that before, but first of all, it's the knife, right? Yes, the Monokuma file clearly points us out. Tomori was dead in the switch room. Tomori, why did she go to such place? But there's not even a light. Is it possible for the killer moved? Is it possible the killer moved it? Anyhow, Tomori is in some way went to the switch room. Without a chance to resist instant death with a knife, he must have been. Shoot it. Sometimes. Considering the state of the body, it was quite damaged. Among that, the one that stood out from the wounds was the killing blow written on the Monokuma file. Fatal wounds, but I don't think that was all. It's the last one about the stomach wounds. Authority, that's not it. Remember, Tomori's cause of death was obviously the neck wounds, but there was another wound. Was another one? The stomach wound, that's right. Right, that's the important point. The stomach was stabbed. Why is that important? The killer just stabbed her twice, right? In general, it is, but think about it. Because of the neck wounds. Because of the neck wound, in this case, for some reason, you stabbed your victim in the stomach, and the neck later. If you're going to kill on the neck from the start, why do you want to stab at the stomach first? The stomach was hit cleanly, but the fatal wound was missed. However, she was killed in the end. Is there something amiss? That's so cruel. You can probably see it like this. Looking at the case as a whole, it takes something to put it to notice. What? Why do you mean something to notice? Perhaps the fire has something to do with it. Fire. That's right, it turned out that there was a fire in the switching room. Yeah, it's also important. You guys, don't you think that the fire happened unnaturally? That's true. If you see a fuse on the wall and even a light on the floor, you could see it right away. So, So you are saying that the killer started the fire for some reason. Is there any reason to do that? This is also a question that doesn't really matter. It's a power room, okay? I'm sure the switch room is a really important place, so I heard. It's a big deal if it gets damaged. Well, it's a really big place. It's cool. Of course the fire was there, and fortunately we left because the fuse line was late to burn only the walls. But... oh, I was not supposed not to speak, right? Wait. Why did you say this now? It was late to only burn the wall. Oh, I was kinda puzzling after all. There was such a big fire, but Tomori's body didn't burn at all. Only the wall without touching the machines or the body. Was there something on the walls? If it is a wall, what else was there? No one looked at the fuse. A wall. If there's something on the wall with the switch room, there's nothing coming to mind. Wait. Looking back at it, there was a line passing by it too. It was on the wall with the switch room, along with something else. Was the burnt fuse line? No, it's not like this. Think about it again. Let's see. There was only one thing in particular on the wall of the switching room. Let's think about that, which was a little damage after the crime. Oh, I lost a star. On the wall along with switches is the window.
Hello.
What was on the wall of the switching room? There is only one thing. The glass window. Glass window? The big glass window. Wasn't it broken by the time you arrived? Oh, well, it turns out that when Kinjo and the others brought the fire extinguisher to put out the fire, didn't they say they heard something? Cracking or breaking inside? That's right. At that time, I thought it was the sound of someone at the switch room breaking the window and going outside. Asked Uehara to check the entrance of the power room. In the end, no one was seen. Wait a minute. If the only thing on the wall of the switch room is the glass window, the culprit's purpose was to burn the window. Well, I think I heard this somewhere. When the glass is heated, it becomes fragile. Then the killer set the fire on the switch room after killing Tomori and broke the fragile glass window while everyone put out the fire and take advantage of it to escape. Wait, isn't that weird? If that's the case, all you have to do is heat up the window and break it. There's no reason to do a big job by setting the whole wall on fire, raging for no reason, right? It's possible to use as a smoke screen. Actually, Uehara tried to check the entrance, but then he said he couldn't see anything because of the smoke. Oh, that's too complicated. Anywho, doesn't that mean someone was inside the switch room right before we got in? Then, me and Kinjo, who were gathered at that point, Uehara, Mekaru was definitely an alibi, right? No, you guys are making a big mistake right now. Huh? What do you mean? Think more carefully. Stay in your thoughts so you can spot the contradictions. This is so long. Oh. Ugh. You are mistaken. What do you mean? Reorganize what you guys said. First, you wanted the switch on, surely the fuse and lighter were used. Okay. The reason the killer used those is because there was a purpose for setting a fire. By the way, the fuse was only surrounded by the wall, right? That would have burned the walls. On the walls, in addition to the windows, there were no special items in there. Meaning the culprit broke the window and smoke started to spread. Glass windows are fragile when heated. Yes, the molecular state changes and cracks can occur. If it was so fragile, the killer was prying the glass in order to escape. It is not impossible to accomplish. Huh? We are mistaken. Obviously, it's clear that the cleaner had a purpose and caused the fire, and that the purpose of the fire was for the glass window. If so, what are we mistaken about? I'm thinking, hold on. I'm mistaken to say that the purpose of the fire was the glass window? During the investigation, there was something King just said while looking at the window. About breaking the window, let's think about that. Oh yeah, the window was broken in an X shape. Is that the glass shard? Oh. Is it the glass shards? Or the dying message? It's probably the glass shards. Fuse and lighter were used. Fuse was only surrounded by the wall. No, why did I shoot this? Oh, they're thinking that breaking the window so the killer can escape. No special items. Oh, this. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's what? As King just said, I think we are mistaken for one thing. It's what Inori said right now, the broken glass. That's what I mean. What are you talking about? You know for sure the glass window is broken, aren't you? Yeah, the glass window is broken, but it wasn't broken by anyone. It wasn't broken by anyone. Did the window break on their own? That's a bit ridiculous, but I guess it's not a wild fantasy. No, Maeda made a very precise point. As Maeda mentioned, the window was broken along with it without anyone touching it. Wait, really? Is it possible? Like Inori said, the glass is weak to heat. Of course, it can withstand a certain degree, but if it is heated directly, or if the temperature difference between indoors and outdoors is severe, the weakness becomes more prominent. Guys, do you remember the structure of the switching room? It was completely enclosed space except for the entrance, right? In fact, even when the fire broke out, you couldn't feel any heat outside. Yeah, Kiji's words are correct, but still, isn't it too much for a glass to break just by thermal change without an external force? Of course the condition is just right, not impossible, but... I don't know what you're saying. Right, as Inori mentioned, the logic is a bit far-fetched. But what if the conditions were met? Huh? I don't know if anyone noticed it because it wasn't a part that was noticeable at the scene of the incident, and because the switching itself was dark and probably no one was interested in it, but the glass window of the switching was very tight. That's it. If the heat alone was left with enough time to break by itself, Kiji's words wouldn't make sense. Hey, isn't it interesting reasoning, but what's the basis of this? That it was only possible that a glass could break on its own by hearing this. You didn't throw this without thinking, right? Of course not, because Kinjo's remarks have an adequate basis. Is that right, Kinjo? Right. Did you also notice it, Maeda? Yeah. Actually, I was also guessing when I said that the window wasn't broken by someone. The exact reason the glass broken on its own. That's probably because of the glass shards, right, Kinjo? The shards. Correct. Please don't tell me I'm the only one in the world that doesn't get this until you give me a proper explanation. At first, I only knew what the killer would make use of the window in some way to escape without fail. But he just said during the investigation. Then please do, I need to investigate the window more. Now Kinjo, 1 second, can I ask you one more thing? I just heard the whole situation from you. But I still don't get what's weird about the glass shards from the window. To put it simply, it's neatly broken. The glass was neatly broken. What does that mean, you ask? In other words, it means if you broke it with human strength, it wouldn't break like this. It's human power, it's neatly broken. I don't understand it. I see, what you mean is the broken shape. When I listen to Maida and think again, it really feels like that. Yeah, if someone breaks a window with a hand or a blunt object, it should crack and break like a spiderweb. Have you ever experienced it at least once? If you accidentally broke a glass, or the shape of a broken glass? Oh, definitely. Looks like it was broken into a very complex shape like cobwebs. But how was the glass window of the switching? It's like a broken shape, as if part of the window somehow got neatly removed. No matter how you look, you don't think it was broken by a natural way. Since it looks that way, there seems to be no contradiction in Kinjo's words. Funny, isn't it? Makaru, you must have known this much. I'd like you to stop trying to test me. Don't think of the class trial as a joke, Makaru. Oh my, thanks for the advice. I'm just worried that one day you'll become as lost as these friends of yours. Kinjo, don't mind Makaru, keep going. Actually, they just finished explaining. Wait a minute. If Kinjo's words are true, then when the fire broke out, does it mean that nobody was inside the switch room? Oh, so that's what he meant. Won't that be very likely? If someone was inside and were trying to escape, it would be quicker to break the glass manually, instead of waiting to be heated in order to break itself. Yes, besides, Uehara at that time opened the entrance of the power room and guarded it. No matter how thick the smoke was, if someone tried to leave, they would have been caught. At that time, we all thought we hadn't seen them because we all knew someone broke the glass. But in reality, no one was inside the switch room. And thus, the killer deliberately heats the glass and breaks it itself, and for the reason of making us think someone inside the switch room broke the glass and escaped. Okay, that's it, right? Then, in the end, everyone's alibi no longer holds. Is that a conclusion? Huh? Think about it. If there was no one inside the switch room, the killer was ready to start a fire in advance. He could mix it in us at any time. If that is the case, aren't you saying that it's possible for everyone to start a fire, including Kinjo and the group who went to put out the fire when the window was broken, and the rest of us in the dormitory side? Nani? Oh, you mean we don't have an alibi either? Yamaguchi is right. Anyone can commit a crime by reasoning from the information provided thus far. Hold on. Isn't that established under the premise that the person who caused the fire is the culprit? It hasn't been clear yet, but it seems too hasty. There's no reason for someone who is not the culprit to set out a fire. It's not crazy enough. Even so, at the beginning, the time of this incident, Tomori's death occurred at 9:30. Was anyone close by during that time? I mentioned this earlier, but I was cooking alone. I was looking around the warehouse for things to help with the treatments. It was useful for Hatanu's first aid. I was just lying on my bed. What the? You mean everyone was alone? There does not seem to be anyone near the time of the crime. The only way we could see each other was to find out where each one was, or where the alibis were lost, with the exception of Makaru, Uehara, and Kurokawa. What? Then we're back where we start. There's no evidence that everyone has an alibi or to deduce the culprits. That's why. You mean there's no one in doubt? No suspects? But then, who was it? Tyra, except you. What? What? Isn't this deja vu again? You know, maybe we're in an infinite loop now. Stop doubting Akane. Didn't you talk about her testimony? Didn't you talk about her testimony finished before? No, it wasn't over. It's just that it was put on hold because there was so much uncertain information. Nothing resolved about why she lied. Too much talking. No, I didn't lie. Wait, it's not Tyra. As the testimonies of Kinjo and Notori proved it, right? Yeah, that's right. However the culprit is, they have not prepared a fuse and a lighter to start a fire. It wasn't mentioned that Tyra. They didn't come out of the room in the middle of the night when we went to our private rooms. I'm uncertain about that. Frankly, I'm suspicious of each of them and they were put on hold. Shouldn't we use the information we have, even if it is uncertain information, unless there isn't an objection to definitely deny it? I apologize. I'm really sorry. If there is an alibi for bringing the tools, I'll just keep it in mind. Tyra's lie, however. To be honest, it's the same with me. If she's not the killer, why did she make such a suspicious remark? Hey, I told you I might have been mistaken. Well, either way, Tyra won't be able to get the tools, so she can be the killer. Enough for this meaningless argument. You are really just stupid. Why now? You think we're stupid? Is it so stuffy that you can't see it? Want me to share some insight? What the? At the start of the class trial you said it wouldn't even help. Oh, did I? Then I won't meddle. Do it yourself. No, that isn't... Listen first. Macro might know something, you know? I'll tell you one thing for those who are ignorant and poor, is that there's a method. For the criminal to get the tools without using their hands. Say that. The most representative example is an accomplice. You suspected that there could have been an accomplice in the last class trial, right? But Macro isn't less likely that we have one in this case. We were informed that the only person to escape this place would be the killer. Moreover, even if there is an accomplice, it is impossible for them to bring the tools. According to Kinjo, in the middle of the night, the day of the two disappeared, not only Tyra, but also because neither of us left our private rooms. Except for the three who didn't act with us. Then it's gotta be Uehara or Makaru, the ones who helped Tyra. Why are you already making it conform as I did? It's not me. Okay, surely Makaru and me were able to roam around without any restrictions that day. But I haven't showed up on the antique shop until now. You don't even have to doubt me or Uehara Kinji. The person who bought the items from the antique shop. Can't you see it? Based on the testimonies from Kinji and Notori, there were only 3 people who were free to move around at night during the day. Makaru is saying that the accomplice is obviously visible. Surely it can't be that person, right? It was Kizuna. Kizuna is the one who went to the shop and got the items, for some reason. Makaru, the person who brought the tools. You mean it was Tomori? Huh? It was Tomori. That's right. If you have an accomplice, Tomori Kizuna shows up. You can't see anyone else, can you? By the way, I'm so ashamed that incompetence had to answer this. So rude. Wait a minute. Tomori's the victim though. Why is she an accomplice? I'm not sure exactly. But the only ones to bring the tools are Makaru, Uehara, and her. She was a victim, so I wonder if be in contact with a criminal at some point. Incompetence. This is a common pattern, is it not? The history of a criminal tricking someone into a crime. Speaking of which, the criminal took advantage of the accomplice at the end. Wait a minute. Kijo can also bring the tools at a night time. There's no way to prove that Kijo was out of the room or not. Didn't the time run out about talking about that? Believe or not to believe, you're free to believe. Now I think it's wise to follow more clear information than uncertain leads. Yeah, if you are with Tomori, you can definitely bring the tools. So what happened? For some reason Tomori did something funny. The killer himself maintained an alibi that Tomori believed the tools to the killer in the late night hours. Now wait a second, but Kisana-chan didn't change her mind. There has to be a reason to decide and help the killer. You say she was an accomplice, but she can't actually get on the level of an accomplice. What the accomplice did was just deliver the tools. I need this thing, please bring this for me. It's not enough excuse. What about it? If that is the culprit, there is nothing strange about that, right? No. That is not... Taira, I'm sorry. I hate to doubt you, but no matter how much you look, there's only you. You too. Everybody, this is too much. Why are you all so anxious to turn me into a bloody killer? You don't even have an alibi. The only difference between you and me is that I made a mistake once. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? You just got an appropriate stick. So hunting witches, you villains. Apologies, but it's a situation that doesn't seem to be as bad as it is right now. I'm the culprit only because there is no certainty at all. That is the culprit. That really is. As Tara said, there's only one thing everyone is suspicious of right now. It's just a witch hunt. There's no solid evidence. Let's think about it. Was there any more convincing evidence? Is Tara telling the truth or is she lying? For now, Flash Anagram will start. Would like to read an explanation of it. In a Flash Anagram, you match important clues in your mind while our game is going. A part of the clue or syllable is displayed at the bottom of the screen, and you just need to find the right letter to fit in the blank. Oh, is this the Hangman's Gambit thing? The letters from random? It is. In addition, you must fill in the letter among the blanks, and if you fill the incorrect one, your speech power will be depleted. If you don't have any more, HP will decrease instead. When the power is completed correctly, the game will be finished. Okay, so Hangman's Gambit. Or a Flash Anagram, however you want to call it. I can't... What? How do I proceed with this? Give me this thing. And the thing is gone. No, that I want this. Okay, it was that. They gave me a this. No, that wasn't it. It's not that. I just did this. It's this. Is it? Give me it. Sure. Okay. I have no idea what I just said. I hope it's not something awful. Come to think of it, there is. There is a clue about the culprit's identity. Oh? A clue to the killer's identity. Is that true? If you knew that, why do you mention this now? Sorry, I just remembered. And even though it's a clue to the killer, I don't know who he's pointing to. You don't even know who he's pointing to, then how do you know it's a clue to the killer? Maida, what you're referring to is the dying message, is that correct? Oh, right. Some may not have seen it, but next to Tomori's body there were some letters written in blood. A dying message, is it? Something like a cryptogram that points to the killer before they die. Yeah, everyone take a look at this. This is the dying message presumed to have been written by Tomori. Hey, this is it? I've seen his blood spot too. I just thought the blood spot is in a strange shape. Actually looks like that, but is there any meaning in these letters? This is a clue to the culprit, right? I think it's a good idea to decipher the dying message. Rather than being suspicious of Akane while catching a fuss about it. What does it say? Do you have any letters? XXXX. XXXX. 4 X's. I don't know what this means at all. I think Kinjo Amakaru may know. Isn't this a professional's job? Basically, the dying message refers to the culprit more directly than you think. Because it's just before she dies, the victim cannot afford to waste their time thinking. In other words, if you think a little, it has various meanings that will need to be solved. Don't think very hard, just change your perspective a little. 4 X's. Does that number have any meaning? Actually, does this seem like the last X is a little big? Seems to have a different meaning from the first 3 X's. What is X? The meaning of X? You guys are really stupid. Yeah, my voice is vanishing. What? Does that mean you understood the meaning of this dying message? Of course not. There's nothing to understand. This is not a password, it literally points out to the killer. What? That was it. What? Do you mean literally? Well, first of all, if you don't know even after telling you this, I'd rather be executed than die. No way, whenever you look it only reads X. Katakana. Well, Huh? Katakana. Words. Think about it. I don't know katakana. Katakana is... Wait, katakana? Obviously, the dying message looks like the letter X at first glance. It's because there's a lot of blood, but from a different perspective, it really looks like katakana. That's it? No, it doesn't. Also, I don't know katakana. Even if I were a student, even if I was still trying to study, like Duolingo, Japanese language, I was doing it like 3 years ago, I would still be struggling katakana. Everybody struggles at katakana, and I don't study Japanese and I can't see katakana. I just see X's. This is such a... I'm sure someone from Japan would have difficulty reading Leon from the wall. So let's just assume that this is a regional problem. Someone from Japan, from Korea, would certainly see this as katakana really quickly. So what, this is revenge? Is that it? A letter that reads like an X in katakana. Me, the most familiar one I can see. No, there are many other things you can think other than that. In fact, Japanese can read differently enough, even if it is reading like a little skilled. It's not strange for a person on the verge of dying writes with their own blood, but it would be weird if they would write straight. Then, what we're trying to draw in the end? The middle X and the third X, the alphabet X, have a long vertical strokes. If X is tilted, it becomes that. But the word stroke is long. If it is long, to, I? I don't know, man. I'm getting a headache. No way. What this word mean is, when I think of katakana, the first X is almost similar to me. I'll give one more hint. The third X has a symbol that seems to hiding, see? It seems? I can't see anything like that. Look closely. It's buried under the big X next to it. It's hard to see it. But there is like... where's the mouse? There's this little tendril here. Because there's a drop of blood in that exact location. It is here. There's this little tendril. It's this here, dear. It's this here. There's blood everywhere. I don't know why. I don't know if you say so. I don't know if you say so. Allow me to raise a question to you. Injo, your reaction seems to be the reaction after knowing the correct answer. At one point, after listening to Makoto and Kurokawa's words, I came to realize it. It seems like there are some other people who saw it besides me. The identity of the dying message. If you think of it as a katakana, the first letter is me, and the last one is a hidden symbol. The second and third are letters with a long vertical strokes. The candidates are I and To. When I think about these combinations, I think you can see the answer for sure. Should I believe the answer? No, I have no choice but to accept the results. I have to. The person this dying message points to, the person identity, I have to admit it. Is it? Is it? Fuck. No, I thought it's wrong. Let's think again. Okay, I lose a star. I'm not losing stars anymore. So I can literally just go and press F1. Tsurugi. Satsuki. Kanata. Akane. What? The meaning of the dying message. As Kurokawa mentioned, this was a text that could be read as it was in katakana. However, it just looked like the letter X became just a little bloated. Maeda, do you know the meaning of the dying message? Well, Kurokawa, Makaru, and Kinjo's hints set on and explained to you guys from the one. First of all, the first letter, as everyone guessed, me. It was easy to understand that even if you look at it, you can confuse it a little. With an X. I think the second letter is probably I. If you use the vertical stroke a little longer, it overlaps the horizontal stroke. It has a similar shape to me. And the third letter is pretty hard to recognize, but I was able to guess based on Kinjo's voiceless remarks and the first two letters. Maybe this one was supposed to be Do. This one is close to I. If you write a longer horizontal stroke, it will have the same shape as X. I'm still uncertain what the last big X means, but once you look at it this far, it's true that one word comes to mind. Maid. Ultimate Maid student, Taira Akane. I wouldn't know. Like the game... Oh, okay. Huh? I don't know how long more would this go for. I am... Like, it's literally gonna finish like 3.5 hours. Usually I try to do my streams for like 3 hours. They're already long enough. I don't want them to be too long. And I have a feeling this is gonna go for a little longer. So what I'm gonna do... Yeah, I'm gonna end this here. You know what? I'm gonna end this here. It's better for me. Shut up. I am... wow. Oof, my brain's fuzzy. I am going to make some editings on this thing, of course. There is a lot of stuff to cut. Not a lot of stuff. Like there's the beginning where I'm just sound checking. There is some redundancy when I died. There is some information that doesn't need to be on the last thing. I'm not gonna hide that I tried to use a guide to get the answer and ended up as wrong. But there is some things to adjust. I was hoping on the next stream to just start the next chapter, but this file case is very long. It's so redundant in the beginning. You can just talk about the whole leg thing. Come on, we get it. But that's gonna be it. So the next stream, it is going to be the next time I stream this game. I mean, it is going to be the ending of the class trial, and that I have no idea how long it's gonna go for. So yeah, that's about it. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. Goodbye.